stay.
And by the way, you don't even do that because you want some sort of ability to get a recommendation from your job. You know what I mean? It's just, it's like the worst thing you could do.
Yeah, but if you were going to do it, you wouldn't do it thinking you would stay.
Because everybody wanted to talk to Benjy. They said, listen, Benjy's also on the air and he's trying to be interesting, but I guess so. But I'm telling the kids out there who are just starting out in business, never do this.
If you're happy and you know it,
fuck you!
If you're happy and you know it,
fuck you!
If you're happy and
a lot of
you know
songs.
it,
Fuck you! Yeah. So, you know, there was a lot of different things generated. This one, too.
You're breaking my heart. You're tearing it apart. So fuck you!
I mean, so loud and annoying, right? Like anybody would fire him.
It was outrageous because it was totally over the top. It was a way too big a reaction to what was going on.
Believe me, as bad as I had it in some jobs in radio, I never said fuck you to my boss because I knew that, you know, listen, there's a certain way you conduct yourself. You know, whenever Fred tells me fuck you, he does it under his breath. I don't hear it. You know what I mean? He's smart enough to whisper it.
You motherfucker!
Oh.
Breaking my heart, you're tearing it apart, but fuck you! Breaking my heart, you're tearing it apart, fuck you!
We went, you know, there's a right way to say fuck you, and then there's the Benjy way of saying fuck you, but we went out on the street and we said, gee, I mean, you couldn't find a person, really, that agreed with Benjy.
Would you ever say fuck you to a boss?
Never. Even when he's 100% wrong. Never.
Fire him, definitely.
And why?
Because it's disrespectful. It's so inappropriate.
Would you ever tell your boss fuck you to his face?
I wish I could. Well, you can't. You want to keep your job. You got a livelihood to look up to.
So what do you think would happen if you told your boss fuck you?
I think I would be fired.
If you're a boss and your employee says fuck you, what do you do to him?
I'm gonna smack the shit out of him and send his ass home and tell him to not bring his punk ass back no more.
Why do you think someone would be so rude to their boss?
They're fucking ignorant. Like, you know, it's a lot of ignorant people nowadays, and sometimes they need to get smacked the shit out of.
I found one guy who said he would say, who said, yes, you should say fuck you to the boss, but listen to this guy.
Is it ever okay to say fuck you to your boss?
Sure, why not? I know a fucking boss gonna tell me what the fuck to do.
Would you ever say fuck you to your boss?
Yes, sir. Tell him to kiss my ass. The boss gives me a whole lot of shit. I'll punch him in his motherfucking face. Now.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm homeless. I don't do a goddamn thing. Sit on my ass.
Yeah, there's a guy who thinks like Benjy, a homeless guy.
Yeah.
But there were so many comments. Throw Benjy in a wood chipper. Unbelievable. Can't believe Bronk told his boss, fuck you. I don't care how talented someone I work with was. If they said fuck you to me, they'd be fired on the spot. What a disrespectful ingrate. How the fucking Howard put up with that asshole? Fuck you with no consequences. Wow, what a boss you are, Howard. Don't let Benjy in the studio. He changes the tone of the show and Howard's flow. He adds nothing on air anyway. And this just goes on and on. Gary told me he got into a whole argument with Benjy. He goes, and it's just so difficult. Gary was making a point that Benjy should get in here early. He should never be late. In other words, he said, you know, Benjy, we have a meeting at 5, let's see what time they have the meeting. Probably about 10 to 6 the meeting starts. Mm-hmm. And the whole staff has it while I'm reading my newspapers. And they kind of go over what they want to present to me. You know, we do have a system here, believe it or not. And Gary said to Benjy, you should be in here early anyway. You should get in around 5:30 so you can be part of the meeting and all of this. you know, Benjy saunters in like...
He recently had this conversation.
Oh, yeah, just the other day.
Okay.
So then Benjy starts yelling at Gary that I'll bet you I know more about current events than you do.
So
Gary went, well, if you know more about current events than I do, then you should definitely be here early for part of the meeting. And then Benjy goes, I want to have an on-air contest with you about who knows more about current events. And Gary goes, he just misses the whole fucking point.
He doesn't even care about your point.
Yeah, good. You know more about current events.
But it helps no one if it's just in your head.
Thank you. That's what, right, Gary? You got into a whole weird vortex argument.
Yeah, it was more through text messaging than in
person.
But he heard me saying on the wrap-up show that he should be here early, and he said, I bet I know more about current events than Gary. But the point is to be here and have that discussion. Even Sal, who doesn't know anything about current events, comes to our meetings because he can contribute.
Right. But what's Benji's point? So he knows more about current events than you. What's that got to do with him being here early?
I don't know, because I said in the air, he should be reading, you know, he should come in and read the papers with everybody and listen to all the news and then be part of the meeting.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know how he gets into, like, let's have an on-air contest to see who knows more.
I think it's a diversionary tactic.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to talk about the subject at hand.
That's what Gary thinks, too. It's a deflection.
Benjy.
Hey, Eddie. Eddie in Michigan. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey now, Howard.
Hey now.
I'm going to play devil's advocate with you, Howard, okay?
Yeah.
I think Benjy should be back in the studio.
Why?
Okay, do you remember when it all went down when you kicked him out?
Yes.
You gave him your word that it was temporary.
That's right, it is.
Okay, Bobo has since lost his name and got it back before Benjy has even got a shot to maybe sit in for a week.
That's right.
To show you what he brings by being in studio.
Wait a minute, that's not exactly true.
He can come back as soon as I retire. He can have the whole studio.
But you remember a couple of weeks ago, Howard, you were softening up and you said, you know, maybe I'll let Benjy back in.
Yeah.
And the very day before that, he had been late.
Yeah, that's right. Robin's right. I forget all this stuff. Robin keeps track.
No, she's right, and I do agree that did happen, Howard, but that kind of seemed kind of fishy that you
I'll tell you the truth.
Up.
I tell you the truth, Eddie. I say a lot of things on the air that I don't really necessarily stick with. In other words, when I said, oh, Benjy can come back in the studio, at the time I was like, you know, just get him the fuck out of here. I was so angry I wanted to go on with the show.
That's over with.
Yeah, and then as time goes on, I go, you know what? I'm happier this way. I don't want to see Benjy sauntering late, or I don't want to have that aggravation where I go, I wonder if he'll be in on time today, or he'll aggravate me. So
well, here's my point.
It works out better for me. And I know I'm not consistent, and I know I'm probably quote-unquote lying, but it's not a lie. It's just that I don't ever want to think about it.
I think from a listener, Howard, and I listen every day for years, there is something missing with Benjy not being in there.
Oh, there is definitely something missing. There's no question about that. But
Benjy's missing.
My peace of mind is more important.
Yeah, but that's once every 3 or 4 months at the most.
Eddie,
come on.
You don't know. Eddie, I don't need that blotchy distraction.
Can I ask Benjy a question? Could you bring him in?
Oh, God. All right, Benjy, come on in. There's a question for you on the table.
And I think you'll like it, Howard.
I probably won't, but it's all right. Because I like Benjy. He's a good boy. He's a nice boy. You're a good boy. You are.
Chick?
No, a boy. He's a good boy.
You're a good man.
Because he operates like a little boy, you know. He's late and everyone has to yell at him. You know what I mean? But I do like him.
I like you too.
And I think Benjy's turning 50 in September.
Wow.
But I think. I don't know.
No.
You're not?
Nobody knows.
Oh, you're younger than that.
Yeah.
Or older.
Younger.
Are you much younger, right? You're like 30.
Yeah.
Whatever you are. I don't care. I know you like to be young.
He is a boy. He's 19.
He's 19. He's barely a man. All right. What is it, Eddie? A question for Benjy on the table, who knows more current events than Gary, right?
Well, I said that because you would have to listen to the context.
Yes.
He was saying, like, I don't know the news or something like that. And I said, I bet I know more.
Oh, he said you don't know the news.
Something to that.
I never said that. What I said was, if Benjy...
You said, I need to be reading the newspapers in the morning.
I was saying that maybe something happened overnight and Benjy doesn't know about it. You know, I know he knows about the news in general, but maybe something happened overnight, 3 a.m. If he came to our meeting, he'd be aware of that, and then he could riff on it.
Well, I agree.
But he was implying I don't know the news, or he's saying
I didn't say that.
You said maybe something happened at 3 a.m. that I don't know.
Well, you might not know about. He's making a good point.
That is possible that something happens at 3 a.m. I don't know about. There's also something might have happened at 11 o'clock last night that you don't know about. But I in general, I'm pretty well read about.
Are you irritated with Gary because he keeps you out of the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
But I'm irritated about that. But also, it feels like you can be very rough on me, I feel.
Right.
In a condescending way. You can make fun of me. I feel a lot of people take on your feelings.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
That's funny.
It's just funny when Benjy explains shit.
Why?
You're being funny, that's all. Funny.
Okay.
Funny, haha.
I feel a lot of people take on your attitude, whether it's good or bad.
I see. All right, well, thanks. Good to see you. Bye.
Okay.
That's Eddie. Does that answer your question?
He didn't have a question. He never asked this question.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Benjy.
Oh, here comes the question, Benjy. Sorry.
Benjy, I love you. Big fan.
Hey, Eddie.
Here we go. I know you probably really don't ever get one-on-one alone time with Howard. There's a few people to go through.
When he fucks up, he does.
You have a chance right now to look Howard in the eyes and persuade him and tell him why you being in the studio is better. And
Dude, that is not a question.
Okay,
don't make me uncomfortable because of your dopey question. Now I got to have Benjy staring me in the eyes. I don't want that.
Let's hear him out. He's at least he deserves to hear him out.
Thank you, Eddie. I'm not going to do that, Benjy. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
This guy's fucking retarded.
All right, but that was I appreciate his call. But
listen, I love you. Benjy has a very hard 12-hour week that he puts in, and people should be aware of that. It's exhausting. How you doing with your sleeping? You sleeping better?
So much better.
Look at this.
Nice.
Yeah.
My boy's growing up.
So much better. In fact, it's funny like how little things inspire you. Like the other day you said, I don't know why it hit me the way it did, but you said you went to sleep at 6:30.
Sure.
Which I know is unusually early.
Go to bed.
For you, but it just I don't know why. I'm getting so much better at it. It seemed impossible before,
there
but now
you go. My sleepy boy is doing good.
Thank you.
All right, great talking to you. Let's talk again this winter. Bye, Benjy.
What after the solstice or solstice? Or?
Solstice, summer solstice.
All right.
Benjy is realized he's preparing for hibernation. He's like a bear. What? You wanted to say something. Go ahead. I don't want to be unfair.
There's a lot to say, apparently.
Yeah. Well, he's been pent up back in the office. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I have been pent up.
All right, go ahead.
The fuck you thing was
stupid.
It was stupid to say, but it was. It's funny the way people reacted to it. Like you say such horrible things about me on a regular basis. Like if you rewound the show to any point you talk about me, it's probably something really, really mean about me.
Absolutely. Okay. Speak to you later. Bye.
And normally I only have a chance to say 2 words. So the 2 words at that moment when you were saying, do not ask people for sleep tips.
All right.
I said,
thanks.
Fuck you.
Okay. Bye.
Why are you so mean to me?
I'm not being mean. I'm saying, yeah, I agree with you. Bye.
All right.
I'm just busting your balls, Benjy. I love the kid. Do you like anything about being out of the studio? I bet you some aspects you like. You don't have Fred staring at you while you eat.
And he is a lord.
Well, it's Do I really like if I went to the comfort of the room? Is the comfort of the room different?
Yeah, I think it's better.
No, actually, it's a lot worse.
Oh,
with
really?
like people walking around, talking, that kind of thing.
Distracting.
But I mean, obviously, it's a status kind of thing,
right?
And it's being part of the show kind of thing.
Thank you. Yes, Doug.
Hey now, whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. I've heard you talk about this 10 to 6 meeting before.
Yes.
And it sounds like just about everybody attends but Benjy.
That's true. Everyone who works here is there but Benjy. He set up his own hours.
Why do you and Gary make it optional for him? Why
you know what it is? Like Benjy had a certain workflow before we put together that meeting, and somehow, I don't know, it's like it's become like that's Benjy's job. You can't shift it around. You can't say to him, hey, show up a little early. I don't know. It's just weird. But again, I'm the ball buster. You know, everyone else gets that they should be at that meeting.
Fuck you, Hal.
Yeah, right. Everything with Benjy's optional. He doesn't want to work in the afternoon, his vacation. It's like, fine. I'm like, Benjy, I've had discussions with him where he tells me he's losing his mind unless he can get sleep. And so I just go, Benjy, work the hours you need to work and we'll figure out something.
Motherfucker!
Yeah, I just like, I give up.
You motherfucker!
I'm a funny guy. I hate when people self-destruct. Like Jackie or something. Like I said to Jackie a million times, Jackie, you got a great job. Stop looking at what you're doing fantastic in life. You got a great place to work. You're making a lot of money. You got prestige. I don't care. You're out to get me.
Yeah.
You know. So I tried for years to make my point to him. Years and years. Then finally I gave up. And same with Benjy. It's like, I hear him, he goes, I can't sleep. I got problem. I can't do this. I can't get here.
I was not doing that.
All right, whatever.
There was a time that
Absolutely. Okay, goodbye.
Okay. All right, fine.
All right, goodbye. You weren't doing that. I want Benjy to stay here, so I always try to advise him wisely.
You pretty much put him out.
So I let him do what he wants.
So he can stay.
Yeah, I basically arranged a job like no other job we have here. I have night terrors, he tells me. Night terrors? Here's a terror. You got nowhere to go to work.
Terrors. It's
terror.
Benjy.
You're my day terror. I swear I try to save all my guys.
Yeah, you can hear that on the air, too. It's just, you think he'd know what a complete home run it would be.
I have friends who have wrecked their own lives. I've seen it. They go down this rabbit hole where they evaluate themselves on such a high level that they fuck their whole lives up.
Yeah.
I have friends who say to me, you made your move to Sirius, I'm making my big move. I go, are you fucking crazy? I go, you know, people come to me for advice and I tell them the truth. Jason, you want to yell at Benjy? What's that all about? What are you mad about? How did Jason get in on this? What are you angry about?
What am I angry about? I work in the office.
Yeah, go ahead.
I work full time.
Yeah.
I love this show.
Right.
Every day, it is an honor and no joke, an honor and a blessing to be in here, have FaceTime with you, be able to talk about what's going on in the world.
Yes.
And know how maybe I see things might make it to the air.
That's right.
Might help you make a better show.
But by the way, you do a great job of that.
Thanks. And it drives me crazy that Benjy, who's been here a lot longer than I have, that has this carte blanche to kind of come and go as he pleases,
I'm
which
trying
is fine.
to save him. I'm trying to save him.
Which is fine.
Right.
But it just drives me crazy that he doesn't see this opportunity and take it and go, oh, I know a lot about current events. Let me show up a half hour early, which isn't early. It's on time.
And by the way, that would make the show better.
Absolutely.
And ensure that that his job would be here.
And you know what the craziest thing is? It would probably get him more airtime.
Of course.
Because he'd be here and you go, Benjy, get in here, explain how you saw X, Y, and Z.
You hit it right on the head. But go try and tell him that. Did you hear what Jason said, Benjy? Come in here and acknowledge that.
Would he like to challenge him to a current events contest?
You know what, Jason? Yeah, he's going to come in and challenge you. By the way, Jason's belly is full of wisdom. Now I know why he's heavy. It's not from eating. What do you think of what he said, Benjy? Did you happen to catch it, or were you busy, or whatever?
I heard it, yeah.
I like what he said.
I do too.
That's the kind of common sense I try to instill in you.
Yes.
You know, I tell you, Jason, you're as wise as you are obese. Honestly.
I don't get why you are so fat. Because you do seem a very competent person.
Don't change the subject.
Thank you. You know why? Because I'm
what he's saying. He's saying if you took the job and really expanded it as opposed to diminishing it,
right,
you would probably enjoy the job more, have more airtime and everything else.
Cool.
And it's crazy when you say...
Now, I see Benjy, like he'll go leave here right away and he goes home and he makes a podcast of some sort, a video cast. And I go, why would he sit there with that, with his 3 people maybe watching him, where he could be part of this and contribute in a way that makes him gets him more exposure?
I cannot tell you how many times we're sitting around talking in the afternoon and we think of something. We go, oh, Benjy would be perfect for that.
But he's not here. Right. All right. Anyway, Benjy.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
Now I'm more irritated with Benjy. Exactly what Jason said is what I was saying on the wrap-up show the other day, yet I'm an asshole. Jason comes in and you go, he's right.
That's because I can articulate it better.
Yeah, maybe you're not...
Exactly
No. Jason's a fat, balding guy also.
Right. It's easier to take it.
Yeah.
All right.
You feel Gary doesn't have the same soft touch that Jason has.
No,
Right.
Gary.
Maybe Gary.
Why does Gary irritate you when he says it?
Well,
Gary makes a good point.
Well, first of all, there's irritation from Jason also.
Right.
I'm more calm today.
Right.
I got a great sleep last night. That's probably a lot of it.
What do you think of what he's saying, though? That he's saying if you were here in the morning, maybe you'd be part of the discussion and have FaceTime and you have more airtime.
It's all. I think a lot of times Jason speaks about me.
But what do you think about what he's saying?
Out of meanness. I don't think this was. I think this was.
But what do you think about what he's saying?
I think this was sincere.
Right. And what do you think of what he's saying?
It makes sense.
Oh, it did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so is this going to have an impact on your actions?
Oh my God.
Are you going to
wait?
react?
Wait. Let me ask the caller. Why did you just say, "Oh my God"?
Because there's no fear in your job, and I already know you're not going to attend the 10 to 6 meeting.
Right.
I just don't understand why you could better the show, and you have, talked about it 100 times, the golden opportunity to be in your position, and you don't have fear of losing your job, but all you got to do
I do have
meeting.
fear.
No, he has fear. He knows that I have a point where I get completely aggravated, and no matter how much I love someone, I do have to say goodbye.
But he's still there, and he doesn't.
He's still there, and he is important to me.
But you guys were talking about the "fuck you" thing. I do think you're mature on the air enough to in a conversation when you're saying mean shit to me for me to say "fuck you" back.
Well, okay.
Is that good advice?
Who's fatter between the two of you two?
Probably
really?
I am.
You weigh more than Jason.
Oh, no. Fatter. I'm saying percentage of my body.
Right. I think so. I'm looking at the two of you, and Jason looks skinny next to you. It's weird.
Now I like standing next to Benjy.
The two of you, why don't you go discuss dieting? All right, thank you. Very good. All right, there's Benjy. For those of you who are fans of Benjy.
If his actions are going to change as a result of that good advice.
I can tell you the answer if you want to know. Nothing is going to change. He's going to go do podcasts.
So what good does it do talking to him?
Oh, my God. The two of them tried to get out the door at the same time, and they got stuck in the doorway. Hold on.
They get stuck.
Fred, push one of them out so they can get out the door. I mean, it's wild. Yes, Mike, go ahead. People are enraged, and they want to speak out. Yes, Mike.
Hey, you guys are a bunch of pussies. Somebody's got to fire this guy. I guarantee he's not the only guy that can do this job. And if you put an ad in the paper, it says full-time job, 12 hours a week, you can make enough to live on in New York, I guarantee you're going to find an applicant. I mean, who gets to say that to their boss and get away with it? Nobody does.
All right, fair enough, Mike. David, go ahead. David, you're on the air in Ohio. All right. Ryan, you're on the air in Connecticut.
Hey now.
Yeah,
I would have fired him right on the spot. I was surprised you didn't.
Yeah, well, I feel
he's a bad parent.
I am. You know what? I think when you're on the air and you feel like you're being humiliated, you try to fight back in some way or something. It's, you know, I don't think Benjy would do that off the air.
Well, that's what you do.
Yeah,
and,
but honestly, I do have a rule around here. You've heard of the rule, 3 strikes and you're out? I have a rule, 1,800 strikes and you're out. And he's up to 1,700. So, see, he still has 100 more. Okay?
But, you know...
By the way, there were people here who wanted to fire him, and I put a stop to that. I said, look, we were on the air. We had heated words. He probably felt embarrassed, and I understood that.
I don't even remember what you said.
I don't even remember what the argument was about, honestly.
Yeah.
It was just stupid. And then the only thing I remember is that he said, fuck you to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 8 times.
Like 8 times. That's right. And I kept him around. All right, Ryan, I hear your point, but...
I took stuff from bosses before and everything, and, you know, you take it. That's your boss.
I know. All right. Fair enough, Ryan. I hear you. Whatever. Somehow I get a kick out.
You know, it's really interesting. Like, I don't know Dr. Drew, but I've talked to him more than I talk to most guests off the air for whatever reason. And I know what you're saying. It's a weird thing doing that show. He does really seem like a nice guy. And I've never gotten any impression from him that he's like, fucking, I'm just making, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you don't feel he's exploited.
But whenever I talk to him, he always talks about people in what seems to be a caring way.
Yeah.
You know, Dr. Drew, your boyfriend, is here, Robin. And
well, I can't wait to see him.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a good thing he's here today. I want to talk to him about Michael Jackson because I have a point of view on this. There he is, Dr. Drew 𝗵𝗵. Look at this guy. Wearing the jeans, casual look. Very nice. You look good.
Ready for my beating from Robin?
Well, we'll get to that.
I'm not going to beat you. Stop it.
I'm looking at the front page of the paper. Actually, I didn't get a chance to talk about this today. Michael Jackson. He was a mess, addicted to medication. Tour bosses drove him to early grave. I was wondering what you thought of this lawsuit that the Jackson family is having against. I think the company's called AEG.
AEG, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that? Are they really responsible? He's the addict.
Yeah, but you know, the people like Michael Jackson are surrounded by people that allow them to progress in their illness to the point they die.
Right.
And it's an interesting question. To what extent are they responsible for that?
Because I have a great feeling about personal responsibility.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Michael Jackson is a grown man.
Yeah.
And he decided he needed money because he had squandered a lot of money, and he had to go back on tour. He decided on AEG's offer. They put up a lot of cash for him to go out there. Yes, they demanded he go work for it.
Yes.
It's like, I was sick, and I had to go work on America's Got Talent.
What's that show called?
Yeah, I didn't go to NBC and say, I'm sick, I can't do it. I showed up. They didn't have to go prescribe a doctor for me.
Right.
I take personal responsibility. I'm not a child.
But you're not. You don't have mental illness. You know what I mean? These are really severe mental illness issues. I mean, he died of his mental illness. He died of addiction. And I agree with you. Listen, what I always say is people aren't responsible for their illness. They're responsible for their recovery.
But can't the Jackson family take responsibility? But if they couldn't get Michael Jackson under control, why should AEG be able to?
Listen, I'm not saying they should. It's just an interesting question. But, it's another piece of his story is 𝗵𝗵 𝗄𝗿. I'm sure you've spoken to him over the years. He saw the addiction, went to Michael. They were in Arizona, I think he said, as some sort of detox, nonsense. No, I mean, like cleansing nonsense, rather. Sorry, Robin, about that.
Well, it's not nonsense. You're going to quote Deepak Chopra now.
But if the guy is seriously addicted to drugs, cleansing might be nice, but he does need psychological counseling.
Colonics aren't going to do much for him. I'm just saying he needs.
Well, colonics don't help mental illness either, right?
Right. That's right. And Chopra, who's Chopra is the real deal. He's a physician. He's worked practice for years. I used to read his research when I was a resident, strangely enough. But anyway, so he goes up to him and goes, this is an addiction problem. We got to do something about this. Michael, I'm really concerned about you. That was it. Last time we ever spoke to Michael Jackson.
Oh, that was the end. Because when I met with Michael Jackson about a business thing, I brought up Deepak Chopra. Because Michael was not even communicating with me in the meeting. He was just out of it. Yeah. And I go, I know Deepak Chopra. And he goes, Deepak is. And that was it. That was the whole conversation.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. So I never knew what the rift was there. So in other words, Chopra tried to say something to the guy.
Tried to be responsible. He realized what was going on. I'm a physician. I'm going to help you. And that's it. Try out of the inner circle.
And your point is that here's a guy who gently said, maybe you need some help. So how could AEG, is my point, if I'm a lawyer representing that company, I'm like, look, we wanted Michael Jackson to go out and do concerts. Did we ask him? We gave him money, and we want him out there. We want him doing it. It's up to Michael Jackson to handle his own addiction.
And what you're going to see, I think, in this case is a lot of stuff going to come up. You're going to see the real story now because AEG is going to defend themselves.
Right,
and you're going to see
and
really
I think the real gist is whether they did a good or bad job hiring the doctor. I think that's the crux of the thing. Is it a responsible doctor who was involved?
And listen, I feel sorry for Conrad Murray. I don't think he got sucked into way over his head. I give a lecture.
Do you really feel sorry
listen,
for him?
I gave a lecture.
I don't understand that.
Well, here's the deal. I'm not saying it's wrong what they decided to do with him, but I feel sorry for him in that. I just gave a lecture at the USC Medical School on Monday. At the end of my lecture, I put Conrad Murray's face on the screen on my PowerPoint. I said, don't go it alone. You're dealing with a complex mental health problem. Teams, never alone. You never go, we have a special relationship. I have a special ability. I'll take care of that guy. Death. That's disaster.
Because here's what I understand about Conrad Murray. That he was being paid $150,000 a month.
It's unconscionable.
It's an unbelievable amount of money.
Yeah.
And that he was giving Michael Jackson propofol, however it's said, propofol, which is anesthesia.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Yeah, and so I would hold the doctor responsible because he should know not to do that. So why would you feel bad for him?
I feel sorry he got sucked into this situation. He resisted all the way along, but kept going with it, assuming he'd be able to take care of it later. I understand how he got his ass on a sling like this. I feel bad.
But as a doctor, would you ever, if a patient said to you, I want propofol?
No, when I heard about that, you could have, telling me that a patient was getting propofol in his bed, when I heard that story, you might as well said a Martian landed out here on 6th Avenue.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
You're right.
It's absolutely crazy. It's insanity.
Right.
And yet he'd been getting it for years.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
That he could find doctors who were willing to give it to him.
Unbelievable. Well, you're opening up a bigger thing, because...
That's why I don't feel bad for Conrad Murray.
No, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for what happened to him. I feel bad that he got sucked into this thing. You know
Should he be in jail? I believe that it's irresponsible what he did.
It's unconscionable.
Yeah, and that I understand, but I think the family can't really go after him too much because he has no money. They're looking at AEG, this company. Yeah. They want him to pay billions of dollars. And I'm certainly, listen, if somebody is responsible for someone's death, I think they should pay. Yeah. But I have a hard time wrapping my head around an adult man.
Well, oftentimes families are looking to assuage their own guilt in situations like this, too. They don't want to take any personal responsibility.
There you go.
I agree with
Great insight, Robin.
Yeah. Now, let's get back to you, Doctor.
Oh, don't try to butter me up.
Listen, I just was feeling so great with how long I've gotten without being beaten up by you, Robin. I'm feeling pretty good about this.
You're sorry you ever evaluated Robin as a narcissist, a 34. She received the highest score ever in the history of your exam.
Correct. I think there was one. I think there was one higher one.
No. You said I was the highest.
No. My co-author.
I resent that.
What you discovered in your research was that Robin was not only the biggest narcissist on our show, but the biggest narcissist that you found in any celebrity.
Get out of here.
Yeah. She was the worst case of any narcissism you'd ever seen.
I'd believe that.
I don't know about worst case, but she is the winner. The co-author, who's actually the guy that gave you the test and appeared on the show, if you remember this, he's a professor at SC Business School. And he told me that they administered, somebody else got a higher score. I forget who it was, but you would no longer hold the honor. I'm sorry, Robin. I won't publish. I won't tell anybody.
Right. But you're sorry you ever even started in with her.
Absolutely.
Because, Robin, and you say that Robin has been a big critic of yours.
Yeah.
She gave it to you pretty good after the death of 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱. She came out on the air and I
couldn't
believe
listen. I couldn't listen to it.
You couldn't. You were upset.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have had a problem from day one with the show. It is not about the deaths of these people necessarily. It just adds to it. I've had a problem from the very beginning. And you just made my argument when you said a lot of this has to do with mental illness.
Well, and this is the interesting thing. I thought about that when I was thinking about coming up here. And I think Robin thinks I invented the show. And
I didn't say you invented
but listen,
the show.
but
you're participating in the show.
No, I did
and
participate.
You are a doctor.
Yep.
I don't feel that way so much. I'm torn in a way. Sometimes I feel like, addiction and recovery shouldn't be on TV. And then sometimes I think, if it's on TV and people watch it, maybe they'd be less threatened and go and get help.
Yes. And now that, why? But Robin, listen, why can we have shows about, listen, I spend my whole life.
I don't like any of them.
I'm trying to reduce stigma about mental illness. Why? And listen, why do the constant refrain is, why do we treat illnesses below the neck different than those above the neck? Why do brain illnesses different? They shouldn't be. So we have shows about surgery and emergency rooms and everything else. But, no, mental illness, we can't do that. We cannot do that. That sustains the stigma. Now, if people don't want to do it, fine. I totally get that. But when people
believe you're reducing the stigma?
Robin, when I was running a treatment center, we would have people come in all the time. Really almost every day. And we didn't advertise where we had our center. But people would come in not knowing it was us. It was the same as a TV show. And they would come and they go, I watched this TV show and I could no longer, I saw this patient. I thought, that's me. I can't deny this anymore. I've got to come in and get treatment. And they would do that. And that to me is, oh my God, that's why we did this. But
you got slammed after 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱 committed suicide.
Yeah.
And your defense was, hey, look, I treated her. There's a lot of people I've treated who have never gone back to drugs. I can't guarantee that someone won't go back to drugs. And I haven't treated her for 4 years.
That's exactly right. I haven't seen her in 4 years. I talked to her. Some people asked me to call her when her boyfriend or husband killed himself, and I did. I talked to her, convinced her to go into a hospital.
Right.
She was severely depressed. I'm not even sure drugs was a part of the thing at that point.
Right.
And she was afraid of stigma. She was afraid people would find out. She went in, people found out, scared the shit out of her. She left, killed herself. Yeah.
Wow. So that backs up your point that if it wasn't such a shameful thing to go get help, maybe that she would have stayed in the hospital.
I think you talking about your treatment over the years has been very helpful. I've had therapy for over 10 years. I talk about it all the time.
Right.
I think it's the greatest thing I ever did. I have an anxiety disorder. Robin's making it worse.
Right.
You make it a lot worse.
Right.
Now blame me I'm running your feelings.
I
can't run your... My dear, you can't change the world. You have to change yourself.
Well, what do you think of that, Dr. Drew?
I work on that, but I'd also like to make a difference in the...
And that's Robin's music.
I know that.
So that means she made an excellent point.
It was an excellent point.
That's right. Touche, Robin.
Now he's going to tell me I can't just talk. I've got to worry about his feelings.
Well, here's what we have.
Did he worry about mine with his stupid test?
You know, listen, I didn't. You're Robin. Again, this is why she's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't argue with Robin.
I didn't take a beat and think about it because you discussed it here on the air, and I assume, and by the way, it was my partner. But I'll take responsibility. My name's on the thing.
Right.
I wish I'd taken a beat and gone, I wonder if I should give her a call and make sure this is
You're
okay with
sorry
her.
you put that in a book.
Deeply.
It wasn't worth the aggravation.
How many years ago? And here we are talking about this.
Well, listen, the woman is hurt. I understand. She doesn't want to be the biggest
Well, now
narcissist in the
he's
world.
talking about his, but you know the point of all recovery is you have to deal with the response,
Yes.
with the reaction
That's why I love
to
you.
your previous behavior.
Yes,
Well, Dr.
and that's
Drew,
all that's ever happened here.
Robin's not the only critic. This is interesting to me.
What?
After Mindy McCready's suicide, Richard Marx, the composer, the singer, he compared you to Dr. Kevorkian.
I know. It's
And he put that out on Twitter in writing. But interestingly, after he put it out, he then took it down.
Yeah.
He deleted his
He was
comment.
afraid I was going to do something, or you know what I mean?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think
You didn't do that unprompted?
No. I hate Twitter. I hate all that stuff. It feels, you can't imagine how it feels when you go when you're out there trying to help people, and you take. I know I'm taking risk with my profession and my sort of how I'm perceived by people. I understand that, but I think it's worth the risk. And then when people don't understand and attack, it is painful.
Because I think you have a really good heart, and I think you really do care. I think if we were to open up your
I think
head,
you don't know him.
I think that Dr. Drew actually cares about helping people.
You don't know that for a fact. You think it.
I feel that way about him.
Thank you.
I do.
I appreciate that. Robin does not, and I don't know what to do about it. It's not much I can do.
I am willing to say I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know
I'll take
you.
that.
The show
gives me a chance.
The show. Everyone could debate whether the show, Celebrity Rehab, is bad or good, but I feel that your intentions are positive. You do want to help people, that you're a guy who privately reaches out to people. You also reach out to the former patients and this and that. And your point was that Richard Marx, when he says that stuff, when you go on Twitter, it fucking kills you because you're a sensitive guy.
It's awful.
And do you have a Twitter account?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Do people
You
attack
didn't get into a Twitter war?
No, I don't. I just sort of suck it up. And what am I going to do? That is the worst part about all this. I'm helpless. Anything I say just keeps it going.
Right.
Because it doesn't change anybody's idea. I can't change Robin. I've been talking to her for years.
So you don't like the controversy?
No.
No. In a way, the controversy will fuel other projects and things.
Oh, I don't think so.
No. You'd rather just be hailed as a good guy.
I don't just do. Yeah. I listen. I'm in media to. Why am I here? Why am I in media? I'm in media to try to make a difference. If it were just, if I were in media because hey, it's just me.
Right.
What an empty fucking experience.
Right.
As opposed to trying to use media creatively in an interesting way to try to. I mean, I feel so grateful. I get to try to use media to make a difference. Oh my God!
So
I didn't start medical school thinking that would happen to me. Not in a million years.
Why not pull down your Twitter account? Why subject yourself to the?
It's a great. I have 3 million Twitter followers.
3 million.
Yeah.
That's a tremendous amount of followers.
It's crazy.
So to pull it down would be weird.
Be like, yeah, but it might be an empowering thing to do. I think I need a little more year of therapy to do that properly.
And a lot of people attack you on this.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
You have said that the biggest secret about Twitter is that all celebrities, and maybe not even just celebrities, everyone is getting violently attacked on this thing.
Well, not only that, I think that people worry about video games. You know, I have kids. My kids are 20. I have triplets. They're 20.
Right.
And they play video games. Two of them are boys. And I never worried about them, screwing around with cartoons.
Right.
But when they act out on a person through social media and feel entitled to say whatever the F they want.
Right.
Are you kidding? That's violent. And no sense of any like consequence or. Notice I'm trying to get through to Robin about this right now. This is hurting me. It's
I have never tweeted about you.
No, thank you for that. I appreciate that too. But
you just slam him on the radio.
I say it right here.
I wish I didn't have so much admiration and respect for Robin. Then it wouldn't hurt quite so much.
Right. Is there any? How could you convince Robin to come over to your team and really? I
don't know.
I don't think it's possible.
Maybe not.
Robin, right? Am I right?
Look, again, there are, at times Gary has come in here and says Robin hates Dr. Drew, and that is not the case at all.
I'd almost rather that than
this,
than the misunderstood thinking I'm a bad person. That's the word.
I don't think you're a bad person. You're putting words in my mouth. I have said I don't know you.
But what do you think? You just think the show is bad.
On the face of it, my feeling about the responsibilities of people in the medical profession.
Yeah. I was just going to have that conversation with you because you were a nurse, right?
Yes.
And were you RN or LVN? What was your
RN?
RN. So
how dare you?
And I don't know.
She was a major in the Air Force.
No, and she's right. That's a huge difference. I mean, RN really shoulders the responsibilities. They absolutely do. And so this is something she feels deeply, and probably other physicians feel that way too. We shouldn't be in the media. But if we don't go,
not that you shouldn't be in the media. Again, I question asking people who are in the conditions that the people you're treating are in for their permission to be filmed on a show while they're undergoing treatment.
In other words, Robin, you're saying Jeff Conaway, for example, who is now deceased. I've had him on the show. Jeff Conaway, who is a great radio guest, great on your show. Great guy. But he was out of his fucking mind. I mean,
he was dying.
He was dying and all this. You're saying that perhaps if you hadn't put him on the show,
no, I don't say that at all.
treatment.
I say that he's not capable of making a responsible decision about what this is going to do to him, and he's not capable. He's looking at it, a lot of people are looking at it as career advancement.
And so, but you're raising an interesting point is, can anybody with addiction render consent for anything?
Right.
So can they consent to be hospitalized? They consent. I mean, this is a conversation.
And this is the point, that it shouldn't be done with this. You're going to be on TV, and everybody will see
Drew had saved his life, and the only thing motivating this guy to go in rehab was television,
was make money and be on TV.
That's right.
And my point is, I don't care what's motivating them. If I get my hands on them, I can make a difference with them. And what's interesting, and I did not know.
But it can also have adverse effects. So, it depends on the person, and I don't know that evaluation is being made.
And the other thing is, pretty much all the patients we treated felt like it was an important experience for them, like a good experience. They didn't realize, I didn't know that was going to happen.
In other words, all the deaths are always pointed out, and not the people who succeed. Like Heidi Fleiss said, she came out and said, hey, Dr. Drew's great. He really helped me with my addiction problem.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Sizemore
was on our show the other day. Claims he's clean and sober.
Yeah, and he got sober in celebrity rehab. I mean, who the hell knew? But here's the thing: like Rodney King dies of a cardiac condition.
Right.
That's why he died. He had a heart problem.
Right.
I got blamed for that.
You did?
Yeah. People want to blame me for Rodney.
Well, people did say he was another, celebrity rehab.
Yeah.
But
Mindy
patient who died.
Suicide. Yeah. I get blamed for that.
Right.
I haven't seen any of these people in years.
Right.
I mean, and I'm kind of like a chest surgeon that goes in with very serious illness and does my surgery, and then I hand them back to their usual doctor. And
you take a guy like Steven Adler. I think he's been pretty good.
Adler's been great. A lot of them have been really good, really good.
A lot of them have improved.
Yeah, and they were not interested in treatment when we got them. They wanted to be on TV or make money. That's why they went, and that doesn't bother me.
Right.
Once I can get them, I can make a difference.
Well, that's my only argument. I think that is questionable.
But okay.
Well, that's it. You never can resolve that. But, look, there's now season 6 of Celebrity Rehab was not a celebrity. It was just rehab.
Regular people. We treated and I always tell CBH1 they should take a bow. They spent about $300,000 in aftercare on this group. Just in treating them for a year, there's still, some of them are still in treatment. It was a year later. We're still working with.
Was the show as successful without celebrities?
Not at all.
No way.
Not at all.
You gotta
Did you see it? Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it. I didn't know anything about it.
And it was intense. I mean, it was a rough group.
Right.
But people don't seem to have that Schadenfreude. You know, they want to.
They want a celebrity. Yeah. The guy you lost that I knew.
So all of it's bad. It's bad why people are watching. It's bad, why people are signing up.
It's a crazy.
I don't think Robin's ever seen it.
The guy.
What?
Has she?
I think she has.
I watched the first couple of episodes, and that's when I knew I can't watch this.
Alice in Chains guy. That guy knew he was. There was no way he was going to be saved. I couldn't. He was just way gone.
And the well, listen. This is a bigger conversation too, which is all my patients die of prescription drug overdose. They don't die of heroin overdose. They don't die of coke. They die of prescription drugs. That's pretty much all what happens. And so Mike, we got him sober. We were working with him. He was doing great. He was had sobriety, like 9 months of sobriety. I mean, a miracle. A guy had been using his entire life.
Right.
All of a sudden, he calls Bob Forrest, the hat, one day.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm moving to Utah. We're like, but Mike, please, no, that doesn't feel right to us. I'll be living at the guys at Cirque Lodge, a halfway house. I'm right nearby. It's just a new band. It's no big deal. I'll call you guys all the time. He goes. He's not there a month before I get a call from him going, I'm having back pain. I go, Mike, whatever you do, please, dear God, don't see a doctor. Right. You know what's going to happen.
They're going to give you medication.
2 weeks later, he's dead.
Dead.
And with the pills at his bedside.
Wow. I didn't realize that's what usually does everyone.
Right. Jeff Conway, same thing. More
prescription
surgeries,
meds.
That's what people die of.
He was addicted to surgery.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was surgery would get him the meds.
Right.
You know, and that's a common thing.
So he kept saying, oh, my back, and he'd have surgery.
And when I took him off all the meds, he had no pain. I don't know if you remember that. He actually tap danced and stuff. And then he was like, oh, wait, the doctor said I have to have. It's like, Jeff, please try something different.
He was an addict. He wasn't changing.
Yeah.
He wasn't changing.
Yeah, but Dr. Drew is also pointing out another huge problem.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Robin.
What is that?
And it's his profession.
Oh, thank you. No, she's right. She's right. As an RN, she is absolutely right. She sees it.
That medical doctors are too quick to prescribe.
Listen, there was a headline, and it was some sort of throwaway sort of newspaper for doctors, and it says, opioids, no evidence that opioids effective for chronic pain.
Right.
Zero evidence that they're doing anything.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, just perpetuates the pain. Next line is, so we have to monitor the patients better.
That makes no
it's
sense.
not going to help them.
Forget not using the medicine.
Yeah.
We have to keep giving it, just use it a little differently. So it's really I think why I'm kind of pulling away from the field a little bit. It's too painful. It's too difficult.
Well, what are you doing now? You got this show on HLN.
Now officially, I think for the last year, TV. Officially, I practice general internal medicine there 2 a week, and I have all my patients I've seen for 20 years.
Right.
But I'm pulling away from the mental health stuff a little bit.
You are? Why? Because you just fed up?
I think I did it for 20 years, and that's enough.
And you think
like Robin attacking me? I feel sort of beaten down.
I attacked the show.
I feel beaten down. Yeah,
it's too much. So you're getting out of the addiction business
for the moment. I still get tons of calls and refer and try to help people and stuff, but I'm not doing it.
One of the people that called you was Amy
Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse. Didn't she reach out to you?
No, there were people kind of orbiting around getting near me, but I didn't actually talk to her.
Oh, you never spoke to her.
But she was, that's another. It was clearly going to die. Died on Librium. Again, pills.
Did Lindsay Lohan contact you and you said, I'm not the doctor to help her?
Somebody contacted me and wanted to help out with an intervention, and I said, "Look, if I walk in the door, she's going to run out the other side. I'm not the guy for that."
Yeah, you know why you're here.
Yeah, I'm not the guy for that. But I gave them some advice on what I thought they should do and stuff, and it's kind of moving in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, she's being court ordered.
I think tomorrow or Thursday or something. She's going to treatment.
She's going to treatment.
Yeah. Good. I mean, and I've read the sort of the court order, and it is that she has to spend at least 6 months and can only be released by the medical director, and they're not going to release her in 6 months. No way.
So the reason that you wouldn't have been good to help her is because you were on television, and it would have been, she would have just run away from you.
She's another one like Robin that takes aim at me and thinks I'm like trying to hurt her or something.
She's like me?
Well,
oh my goodness.
Is she a 34?
If you ever think of rekindling our relationship, you got to be careful what you say.
I really misstep with Robin every damn time. I can't get it right.
I'm like Lindsay Lohan.
I can't.
I think he means you're too attractive.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
By the way, biggest success story Celebrity Rehab ever had is Dennis Rodman went on there, and now he's an ambassador to North Korea. I mean, look at him. He's soaring to new heights.
Wow.
What do you make of that?
I don't know what to make of that. It scares
Should he
me.
be in North Korea?
No.
Was it ever determined if he was an addict? He never admitted to any kind of addiction, did he?
Well,
at the end he did.
Well, if you remember, this is the part. There's so many things that were very vivid for me that just the world didn't kind of pick up on. I scanned his brain. We did SPECT scans on his head.
Yeah.
And it showed alcohol damage, like severe alcohol damage. And he had this very strange thing where his temporal lobes weren't functioning and his frontal lobes were hyper-functioning.
Wow.
The psychiatrist and I had never seen anything like this before. So he can focus on one thing like a maniac,
right?
But he can't sort of process the nuances of what's going on emotionally with people. Is that interesting?
I see.
Yeah. So he could
and just think, he and the leader of Korea,
I know,
North Korea, hit it off.
They may have the similar profile.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I guess that's what Robin's whole theory on the show is, that look at this stuff that you discovered medically about Dennis Rodman, and then it's out there for the whole world to see. Probably he doesn't realize that could be damaging to him.
No, it wouldn't be damaging. Maybe you should be like, wow, that's why that guy can focus on one thing like rebounding. God bless him. And also, he used to read like a maniac and stuff, and he's monomaniacal focus.
Right.
But also why you shouldn't expect him to really sort of work in group therapy.
Right.
Because he can't pick up on the nuances of what's going on in the room.
Because he said he had no addiction problem.
Well, he never really. No, he copped to it, buddy.
He did at the end.
He promised. His really interesting thing with Dennis, he said, you and I will have a relationship, but you're going to have to fight for it. It's like Robin. I have to fight for it.
Now I'm like Dennis Rodman with temporal lobe problem.
And Lindsay Lohan.
No, you're way vastly superior.
Right.
But and lo and behold, he and I had a relationship by the end. We really did. I have great affection for him.
What's funny about him is that he said to you, "I'm not going to stop drinking."
Well, a lot of people do that. Listen. People want to cast me also, in addition to beating me up for things I try to do. They want me to be the man, like I'm the, like I care if people smoke pot or something. I don't give a shit. I hope people enjoy themselves.
Right.
I'm here for people that can't stop and want help. That's it.
The person I never understood on the show was this 𝗦𝗁𝗄𝗏, and she was the girl who
Tiger Woods.
She was and she survived, or she had lost a loved one at 9/11.
The reason I didn't understand why she was on Celebrity Rehab, she was addicted to absolutely nothing except for love. It seemed like you were grasping at straws.
It seemed a little bit of a reach, but she actually really responded to treatment. I mean, she now has a baby and a husband and stuff, and her relationships were a mess.
Right.
And she really did some good work, and we sort of constructed her. I mean, understood her as a love addict, and she was getting going with pills and alcohol, make no mistake about it.
All right.
She didn't make much of that, and she didn't want to really look at that, and so we looked at the primary thing, and motivating that is this interpersonal thing.
I see.
And lo and behold, once she got better with that, she didn't use drug and alcohol.
Look at you. Hey, so you're here promoting, now you've backed off Celebrity Rehab type stuff.
Yeah.
And you're on HLN, which is Headline News.
Yeah.
And you're doing a nightly show?
Yeah.
And what is it?
You didn't know that?
No, how do I know that?
It's right now. It's news. It's HLN, so it's a lot of Nancy Gracie kind of stuff, and so we're doing Jodi Arias 24/7. The other thing I'm doing is a podcast at drdrew.com, and I'm podcasting with Corolla again. And we have the #1 podcast in the country right now.
Now I thought Corolla said he had the #1 podcast.
Then he and I together beat him.
Is it love lines, basically?
We do it just like you and I are right now. We don't do a lot of calls. It's just not really love line.
Really?
Yeah.
No teenagers calling in about sex?
We'll occasionally get 30-somethings calling about whatever, but no, it's just us kind of chatting, just like this.
I always felt that you and Adam were very strong together.
Yeah.
But it was great when you took the calls from teenagers and they would ask these sex questions.
I still do Love Line with Mike Catherwood. Remember the guy from
you
Dancing
do?
with the Stars?
Yeah. You do that on the radio?
Yeah, that's on the radio, yeah.
Oh, you do that on the radio?
Yeah.
You do a podcast with Adam?
Yeah.
Can you make any money doing a podcast?
He does, like crazy.
But you don't.
If I can hang on to his engine, I might.
Right.
We'll see.
You're seeing where it'll go.
If I don't, he'll kick me out. Adam's ruthless. He just if I'm not producing for his little pirate ship, then goodbye.
Right. He's a real businessman.
He is. It's no fool. And Robin likes that. That's good.
Yeah,
that's where Robin and I can find common ground.
So Dr. Drew,
you suspect every giggle.
So the Dr. Drew podcast is available on iTunes.
Yes.
It's the #1 podcast, but Adam hasn't paid you any money yet.
No, Adam doesn't pay me. You have to click through an Amazon at my website. That's how they make money.
I see.
And then they sell ads and stuff, too.
So what is that, an hour show?
Yeah.
And you go on there and you take phone calls.
No, well, we do some calls, but I like Robin. Listen, you watch the show. Robin.
She's obsessed with you.
I know that HLN format. Sure, I watch the show from time to time.
Do you follow the Jodi Arias thing?
No.
I thought you'd be into that because it's what's crazy thing happened to me.
Yeah.
I was somebody gave me courtside tickets at the Laker game, and it was a Raptor game, and it was a terrible cantankerous game, and the Lakers were still fighting to get in the playoffs, and there was like 4 seconds left in the game. It was overtime, and Kobe Bryant walks over me, gives me this, like
a head nod.
Yeah, and I'm like, geez, there's 3 seconds left in the game, and I like, who are you talking to? He kind of walks over, he goes, we need to chit-chat about Jodi Arias.
Oh, really?
And he called me the next day.
Wow.
And he was real interested in this case.
No kidding.
Have you ever talked to him?
No. Kobe Bryant?
Could not have been a greater guy.
Wow.
I mean, I had one of the funnest sort of conversations with him.
And why is he so obsessed with Jodi Arias?
It's a hard thing not, if you get going with it as a man, it's hard not to. You would have liked.
What is your fascination with the
fascination? It's not mine. It's the world's, which is that she's this sort of attractive young woman who's got sex tapes. These incredible tapes she took of she and her boyfriend interacting,
right,
where it seems like she's like completely into this thing, and they're talking about anal. You would love it.
Right.
He's tying her up and anal sex, blah blah. and now she's going, he was abusing me.
Right.
I didn't want to do any of that. It demeaned me. It was terrible.
So you believe based on these tapes that she was a willing participant in their relationship.
Oh, yeah, very clearly.
And that perhaps she's really guilty.
Oh yeah. Well, she said she did it. Just now she's saying...
No, I mean guilty not because she was in self-defense, but guilty because she just wanted to bump
So I put teams of psychologists together, and we sort of analyzed her as a borderline with psychopathic features. Yeah. And lo and behold, the psychologists now are on the stand with the actual psychology testing showing that indeed that's what she is.
Why did she do it, do you think, then?
Because she was using, it was interesting, she was using sex the way a man uses violence to control and manipulate her boyfriend. And when that didn't work, when he really was going to leave, then she resorted to violence.
So America is so fascinated with this because she's a hot chick.
Yeah.
If this was an ugly chick, we wouldn't care.
And the sex tapes.
Right. The sex tapes, hot chick, all that.
Yeah, there's a lot of sex in it.
As guys, why are we so interested? Because we believe maybe we could have gotten her?
Well, not just got her, but it's like, oh my God, you mean, it seemed like she was so into it. You mean I could be with somebody who thinks like who seems to be more into it than me.
And then accuses me of abusing her.
Yeah. That's your body goes, whoa.
Now, who do we think?
Well, actually, the guys are thinking, maybe I could get out before that turn where now she won't let me go.
Robin, you're diabolical, you see. That's why you think I'm bad. You think that way.
Why does Lisa Lampanelli credit you with her weight loss? She says you were her inspiration for losing weight. Why is that? Did you meet with her?
No, never. I've talked to her many, many times.
Right.
I don't know.
Who do we think will die next from celebrity rehab?
Dear.
That's the big question. Who do we think's going to be checking out next? Because I'm in a pool and I want to win.
Now, see, even I think that's an unfair question for Drew.
It's the Dr. Drew Celebrity Death Poll.
It's a fatal illness. These were advanced addict. There could well be another. There could well be.
Let's go through the list. And let's pick who's going to go.
Well, is there going to be another celebrity rehab?
No.
No, he's out.
I'm not doing it anymore.
I think he's had it. Has VH1 said to you, come on, do it?
No. I mean, if there was a group that, like, it's so bizarre. Again, I get people like Twitter me like, why aren't you taking care of 𝗻𝗄? Why aren't you taking care of Amanda Bynes? I don't know these people. I've never met. I have no.
They've got to come to
Isn't that your job to take care of all celebrities?
Right. I have no idea how I would even ever get in touch with, or why they would ever. I would be happy to refer them somewhere if people ever called me.
Somebody sent me a tape on the internet 𝗻𝗄 just put out, where she says, I have powers and can manipulate air and energy.
Wow.
Have you seen this?
No.
And she is waving her hands in the air like this, cupping the air and trying to demonstrate this power that she has. And she's saying, do you see how I'm moving the air around?
That's psychotic.
And she, of course, nothing is happening, but she is convinced that she's doing
some hallucinogenic thing.
I've had her on the show. She seemed fine, right, Robin? I mean, seriously.
Well, she was okay that day.
Yeah, she was fine. I don't know. It's weird. All right, let's figure out for my celebrity death pool who's going next. Andy Dick seems like he's
good right now
in recovery.
Yes.
Okay. Do we trust that?
He's got bad illness. Andy could, Andy knows he could go.
He could relapse.
Yeah.
Steven Adler seems okay.
Seems okay.
Dennis Rodman is now an ambassador. We know he's okay. Tom Sizemore I just had on the show. He seemed okay.
Think about it. Tom is great, but and Tom isn't he just the greatest guy?
Yeah.
He's just a very interesting guy. But he has hope to die addiction. If he goes again, it's going to be bad.
It's right. He's got to.
So there's somebody that if
he's the saddest case to me because the guy had a real fucking career. Some of these people you counsel, they were going nowhere anyway. But Sizemore had a real acting career. I mean, he was on the fast track to the Oscar.
Yeah. He's a real talent.
He's a real deal.
And he's been robbed of that, and we've been robbed of it.
Yeah.
But if he stays sober, he'll be back. I mean, Robert Downey's, look at him now. You know what I mean? And the thing that Robert did that they all have to do is they have to drop out and think they'll never work again.
Right. You have to hit rock bottom, in other words.
But they have to, because many hit rock bottom. Like Robert hit rock bottom and then went back to work and then went back to work and then back to work and then relapse. He's got to stop and go, maybe I'll never work again. Maybe I'll never be an actor. I don't know what the hell. Just as long as I stay sober, that's all that matters.
Right. Sober has to come before work.
You can't even think about anything else for a couple of years when you're somebody like that.
What about China, the wrestler? Maybe she's having a hard time, you think?
That's not going to go well.
Amy Fisher is doing okay. No, you don't know.
What are they laughing about back here?
I'm just laughing.
Is there Amy fans back here? No.
Gary Busey, I don't think he's on anything.
No,
is he?
No.
I just think he's fucking wild.
Well, he's had brain injury, right?
Yeah.
He's had a lobotomy.
He has?
Yes. He crushed the I think it was a right frontal lobe.
From his motorcycle accident.
Yeah, and he woke up saying, I don't want to use anymore. They used to treat addiction with lobotomies.
Right.
So it diminishes the drive to use.
So after the motorcycle.
So he's cured.
He's cured. The motorcycle accident cured him of addiction.
And that's why all the impulsivity and stuff, he doesn't have that part of his brain function where he can sort of see. And that's what we worked on with him, is trying to get him to see how other people are perceiving his behaviors.
Well,
and he was shocked. He was surprised.
But he is now a staple on these reality shows because he's so
interesting.
He's so interesting. Let's put it that way. That's so true. So who knows who's going to be next? I mean, you can go through this list all day. We just don't know. So my celebrity death pool, I'm probably no better off having.
You're on your own.
A dartboard.
It's a dartboard.
But as it gives me a agita. It gives me a horrible pain in my stomach when you put it that way. But that's right. These are really sick guys.
We don't. And listen, if I can make a few bucks, why not?
No,
in my death pool.
No, and if any of them, I'd be delighted to help any if they want to reach out. But I don't have any contact with any of them.
You know what we ought to do for all of them? Put them in a motorcycle accident. They'll all stop using.
Well, we just do.
There you go.
Lobotomy.
That's right. It's weird. The lobotomy works.
Well.
So what?
Side effects.
So what? How much thinking do you need to do? All right, listen, Dr. Drew, the big show. This is why you're here.
Rob, you know what? I'm here because it's been too long. And the strangest thing of all, by the way, is I'll do this show, and for 2 years afterwards, almost half the time, people come up and say hi to me. They'll go, "I love you on Stern."
Yeah, well, you're great on the show.
For years after. It's great.
And I think even this new HLN show, Robin can approve of. Because right, Robin?
Do you approve
Yeah,
of the
this is fine. This is fine. He's not exploiting it.
Robin, before I do anything in the future, can I call you and double check and make sure you approve it?
No. Go live your life, and then I can comment on it.
Right. It's so painful, though, Robin. It is.
Yes, Doug. What is it?
Robin, let me finish my sentence. I know you're going to want to jump in, but you really, I mean, you got to saying it's because you don't know Dr. Drew that you would really pause and say, I don't know he has a good heart because I don't know him.
Well, she doesn't know him, she's saying.
Yeah, I know, but...
why could I say he has a good heart if I don't know him? I don't know him.
Robin is being correct. She does not know Dr. Drew. So she can only go by his actions.
Yeah, but you yourself said it seems a bit petty. You yourself said it seems. I mean, you're not that.
No, I am not as sure as Robin is that the show is so bad. I think there is some good that comes out of it.
Yes, and I think Dr. Drew does have a good heart. I don't know him. He seems like he's trying to make a difference.
I do think Dr. Drew has a good heart.
You're surmising his motivations and all of that stuff. That's wonderful for you.
And I am.
Oh, my God.
And you know what?
Oh, my God.
But here's, Robin, here's the deal.
Robin has her point of view.
Robin, I am not... Thank you, Doug.
You don't like Robin's point of view.
I love Robin, but it's pissing me off.
But Robin, I am not perfect. I am not. You know that, right?
I thought you were.
No, I'm not perfect, and I've got weaknesses and strengths like anybody, and I'm not claiming to be anything like that. And if that offends you or something, Robin.
Oh, I'm not offended by anything. Will you stop it? Now who's the narcissist? You think I really care about all these things?
Good point.
I think Robin is disturbed by some things that you're doing. But
I do have that one little problem with exploiting people who are incapable of making a good decision.
Yeah, the consent thing is really an interesting question.
Is it possible Robin's in love with you? Oh. Do you ever have
I
that
used to be. Now I'm not anymore.
I've let her down. Oh, that's even worse. Now you've really broken my heart. This is just, now it's...
All right, Irene, you're on the air. Yes, Irene.
Used to be.
Oh, hi, Howard.
Hi.
A long-time listener, and I love you. You're my king. What I have, Dr. Drew, I totally respect what you do, but regarding celebrity rehab, I've been in AA for 22 years, and what I find about it is bullshit. The celebrities are pseudo-representatives of 12-step programs, sending the message out that nobody recovers. Like, for instance, David Hasselhoff eats a burger off the floor and then goes out singing.
Yeah, but a lot of the celebrities on Dr. Drew's show have recovered.
But let's
Some of them have.
But let's send out a good message. What's the right message to send out about recovery? Because you know I'm deeply committed to 12-step. I mean that is the answer.
But the thing is that the celebs are
what is 12-step?
When in fact it feeds their ego, and their ego needs to be smashed.
She's saying putting them on TV feeds the ego.
Yeah, that's they need humility. You're absolutely right. And if they don't find that, they aren't going to get better. That's absolutely right.
Is that why they make you like clean toilets with the toothbrush and rehab and stuff?
That's the Clancy way of doing it.
Oh, right. Are you in the West Coast?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm in LA.
Yeah, so she knows the Pacific group.
Right.
But 12-step really is just a guided relationship.
Is that where you got to get into God too, and give yourself over to higher power?
Faith. You have to let go. Have faith that you can let go. That's really what that is. For
I don't
some
even
people,
know what that means.
Very evolved concept.
That's too evolved for me.
It is. Look, it's first understanding your condition and realizing you can't control it. That's the number one thing.
Hasselhoff goes out and says it's part of recovery, and it's in fact not part of recovery.
What is?
That getting loaded. Eating food, relapse.
No,
listen. Never mind that. I'm cutting Irene off. Okay. I'm bored. I'm bored with her. You got to give yourself. You got to admit that you have no control.
It's a part of your brain you can't do anything about. It's a motivational disturbance that's deeper than your consciousness. It colors everything else. Everything else serves it. Not you can't do anything about it. The motivational distortion. you love drugs and alcohol more than you love anything in your life.
Right.
That's the reality.
Got to accept that.
You got to accept that. And you can't control, you can't do anything about it. The second, you have to stop controlling everything in your life. That's some concept of faith.
So how do you control it if you're not controlling it? You have to control your addiction.
No, you commit today to not using.
I see. You say I'm an addict.
I'm an addict.
Today I'm not going to.
Today I'm not using, and I'm going to use the support of others to prevent.
Oh, I get it. Okay, got it. All right, one more call. Let's go to Hemp.
Hey, Howard. Good morning. Got a question about your degenerate phony phone caller, Richard, and what Dr. Drew thinks of Richard. Not sure how often.
Never mind, Dr. Drew. I think Richard's got a problem.
I'm fascinated with Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Fascinating.
Oh, boy.
You like Bigfoot?
Fascinating.
Really?
What a
big
fascinating guy. Yeah. Oh my
Why
God.
didn't you do a celebrity rehab, but with like the Wack Pack, like Bigfoot and
great idea. I just imagine
Richard should be in there.
Just one group session with everybody.
You know
Debbie
Richard Christie,
and,
right?
God.
Yeah. Do you know Richard Christie, right?
No.
You don't know him, the guy who works on my show, Richard Christie?
Maybe.
He drinks like a motherfucker.
Oh, I hear you guys talking about him.
Yeah. He's constantly champagne and.
That's not good.
But I mean,
he has to pack the booze before he packs his clothes.
So that's not going to.
It's every single day, though. It's every single day. Richard says he goes home, has a 6-pack, maybe a 12-pack, but
so this is gonna
every single day.
All right. So here's the deal.
But he's functioning.
You're right. You can't with somebody at that stage. It's very hard to do anything with them because they are functioning and it's still working.
You know why he's functioning? Because he works for me.
You're enabling him.
Well, I'm not enabling, but I'm like the job is so much fun. Like he makes phony phone calls. You almost have to get loaded to do that.
Oh, that's for sure. Okay, yeah. Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Like if he had to go to a real job, I don't know that he could. I don't know, but maybe he could. He's in the best shape of his life physically.
How old is he now?
Hey, Richard, get in here. What am I talking about your case?
It's gonna. We kind of deal with him, talk to him about it.
Yeah, let's talk to him a little bit.
We talk to him about it all the time.
I mean, it's gonna.
We're just not getting anywhere.
It's just you can't.
Here he is. Look, he's thin. He lost a lot of weight. He actually looks halfway decent.
He has a relationship. He's married.
Here goes Drew into his doctor thing.
Is there alcoholism in your family?
No.
Really?
No, my parents don't even really drink.
How about your grandparents? Sister,
no.
Brother? Well, maybe.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird.
I mean,
he's brought it into the family.
He's starting a new thing.
You adopted? Is there
Are you adopted?
No.
Is there some reason
adopted,
it's not in the family? Like there's clergy, your dad's a clergy or something? Or
my dad was a railroader. No,
that doesn't make sense. All right, so go ahead.
So I love beer. I love craft beer. I love the way it tastes, and I
love it more than like
soda or anything.
You love it more than like your health, your safety.
Well, I think I'm fairly healthy. I run the other Sunday. I ran 9 miles.
How much you drink in the average day?
During the week, like last night, I had 1 beer.
Be honest, what you're drinking?
1 beer last night, but on the weekends, I'll have.
And what is the week? When does the weekend start?
Wednesday? Friday night.
Oh, Friday night. Okay, go ahead. What do you have on the weekends?
I'll have probably, I don't know, 10 or 12 beers, like 16
across the entire weekend.
No,
per
probably
night.
A day. Yeah.
It's a lot of alcohol, right?
Yeah.
And then what about this whole thing when you and your wife get on trains and you pack up like bottles and bottles of champagne and down them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have consequences from? I mean, do you guys get in trouble? Do you have legal problems? Do you have your doctor tell you to stop?
I've peed myself a few times, and they had to put me in a wheelchair coming off a plane one time, going to Bubba's wedding.
Right.
Goofy things like that.
He murdered 44 people.
He just doesn't remember it.
It's hard to make the firm
call him
without the family history, without the genetics there. It's possible still, and maybe it was sort of hidden for years. Maybe the family.
I think he's downplaying how much he drinks too.
No,
during the week you only have 1 beer
10
a
or
night.
12 on a weekend day is a lot.
Did you fall down an escalator drunk?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Backwards.
If he's an alcoholic, he would be minimizing, right? That's part of the condition. They deny, they lie, they minimize stuff. So,
and the thing is, Dr. Drew, that whenever he's in a social situation, he gets polluted.
Yeah, like
he
not
can't
just like
have social drinks.
Do you have social anxiety? Is that why you're sort of loading up, or
maybe a little bit, especially like. Honestly, around Howard,
it's Howard's fault.
I get a little nervous. Like
when are you around me?
Never, really.
Exactly.
That's why I get nervous.
Howard TV has a clip of Richard drunk in a wheelchair. I'm going to show it to Dr. Drew just so you can see the extent. Look, there he is.
Where do I go? Oh, there.
See that? That's him.
No, you certainly look like an alcoholic there. You look like you should be in a hospital.
Yeah. They had to wheel him out.
Richard. It's hard not to call that alcohol.
And by the way, you were on a plane, right? That's why they wheeled you out.
Yeah.
How many drinks did you have on the plane?
Quite a few, probably 7 or 8. I don't like to fly.
7 or 8? I think there was a little more than that.
Well, he drinks before Howard. You don't realize he gets drunk before the flight.
Tell Dr. Drew how much you drank before you got on the plane. Look at him getting into the car.
Look like you have Parkinson's.
Well, that's what happens. Yeah.
Hey, we were going to Bubba the Love Sponge's wedding. It was fun.
He's gone. He's just fucking gone. I mean, don't you feel like Richard's sort of downplaying this?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Richard.
Yeah.
Remember when John and I took the crew out to dinner for Christmas?
Oh, that was fun. Yeah.
All right, so we went to the steakhouse, like Peter Luger Steakhouse. Tell everybody what you drank that night.
You probably know better than I do. I don't remember. There's a lot of beers.
I think he drank like it was at least like 12 beers. It was a lot of wine. In fact, at one point you chugged the last part of the bottle of wine.
I mean, I didn't want it to go to waste.
And then he called me to tell me something, hung up, and called me back completely forgetting that he had just called me.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, he has blackouts.
Hey, I'm not denying.
He's worried about the liability of having somebody like this on his team.
Yeah, but I don't drink here. I don't.
He brags. Richard brags that there's a place in the city that has it's $25 all the mimosas you can drink, and he brags that he goes there every Sunday, basically puts them out of business.
It's actually free mimosas as long as you buy food, so it's like the greatest.
I think we're
deal
going to
and they go for the mimosas.
Yeah. How many mimosas do you have?
I'll probably have about 15 or 20 of them.
15 or 20 mimosas.
See, am I denying anything?
What's your ethnic heritage? Where are your ancestors from?
Kansas.
Kansas?
Oh, no,
I mean, he means like your ethnic background.
I don't think I ever looked that much into it.
Where's your dad's family?
Irish,
Irish, okay.
Irish and
German. It's over. It's over.
Hey,
so
that's stereotype.
No, that's genetics.
Just the truth.
That's just the genetics. And by the way, I believe the genetics of alcoholism is a survivor gene.
Really?
Yeah, when you really look at where it flourished.
From horrible places.
Horrible places that were repeatedly assaulted for multiple generations, like Scotland and Ireland. The survivors had this gene.
They were wasted.
No. They're activated by extreme circumstances.
I see.
So alcoholics make like great fighter pilots and great shortstops and great extreme situations.
Why are so few Jews alcoholics?
It's a great question. It's the only time you ever see addiction without alcoholism. It's Jews and ethnic Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, and Han Chinese. Only time.
Yeah.
And I think probably because so many generations of horrible things that part of it just got burned out somehow.
It's like the opposite happened.
It is something like back in Egypt.
They lived through it.
Yeah. Well, probably if we
they had herosis.
I think probably in 2000 BC in Egypt, maybe we would have seen more like the Irish, but it's kept going many thousands more years, and that part's gone now too.
You know what's weird about alcoholism too? Like watching Richard drunk like that is funny. Like you can't help but laugh.
But not when you're going through it.
No, I
had fun.
Yeah, you loved it.
I did.
It's funny.
He's having fun. That's
that moment is funny, but the implication broadly is bad. Richard's going to have trouble.
Yeah, you think he's in trouble?
He's going to have trouble.
I mean, I've gotten a clean bill of health from my doctor.
Do you tell him about the Mimosa Fridays?
Absolutely, yeah.
Did he tell you to cut down?
Is your doctor an alcoholic or a drug addict?
No, he's a good doctor.
Yeah, you know what kills me? I hardly drink, and I started to have like 1 or 2 glasses of wine a night. And I went for my yearly physical a couple of years ago, and I showed a slight elevation in the liver area. Very slight. Nothing, you know. That's what my doctor said to me. He said, so he goes, have 1 or 2 drinks a week.
Yeah.
And I was 1 or 2 drinks a week. And I started to get upset. And I said, well, if I'm getting upset, that means maybe I'm getting too into this shit. And so now I don't drink. I mean,
it's definitely better not to drink.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine I'm that sensitive to alcohol?
Were you on any cholesterol meds, statin, or anything?
No, my cholesterol's real low. I don't get it.
Yeah, see, I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I got gout, but a lot of that was
the gout and the blood pressure may be directly related to the alcohol.
But that's why I started running a lot and getting in better shape. But now I feel like my reward,
let's
is a nice beer.
Howard, let's examine that thinking for a second.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The gout and the blood pressure is from the alcohol. So that's why I started running.
Right.
Not stop drinking or cut down.
No,
that's why I started running.
He'll never stop drinking, I'm telling you. This guy's unbelievable.
I have one more point to make because somebody just reminded me of this. So the way Richard lost all his weight is he's got this app, and this app tells you how many calories you can have a day. And there's many times during the day where Richard will give his calories to alcohol rather than to food.
Of course. Right. Of course. That's very healthy.
How many calories is a beer?
It depends. It can go from around 100 up to about 350.
So, I mean, how many calories are you supposed to eat a day?
I'm at about 1,800 a day.
So if you're having 12 beers in one day, that's it, no food for the day.
Yeah, but that's why I run 9 miles, because then that adds another 1,000 calories.
You're doing a lot to work around this drink.
But Richard, what's fueling you when you run? You have to have some protein.
No, he doesn't have to have protein, but he will break down without the protein.
Right.
But he's such a specimen.
What's fueling me when I run is knowing I get to have a beer right afterwards.
Oh, my God. Dr. Drew, help him.
I'm not sure it's possible.
But is it really, though, honestly?
Honestly,
is beer as bad as being addicted to, like, vodka and hard alcohol?
It's all the same. It's just you eventually get the same amount. Your brain will have you drinking in the amount that it wants you to drink.
Yeah. Do you know Richard's
50 beers or 3 ounces of alcohol? Whatever.
Do you know Richard's doctor has a bar in the waiting room?
I was feeling
just in case
something's going on with that doctor. I just gotta say,
there is a dentist in New York that I heard has wine, so I'm thinking of going there.
Oh my God!
He never wanted to take care of his teeth.
All the free wine. Yeah, you don't even brush your teeth. Why would you care? Listen to him. This is him calling in. Listen.
Hardemeyer, you prick cocksucker. Listen to me now.
That's Richard.
Richard, I can tell you, sure seemed nervous around Howard.
Fuck you doing. But right now...
Here's Richard pissing in the street.
Hey, what's up, Will, you sexy bitch? All right, I'm going to leave you a message, and this is it. I'm going to take a piss right on the phone right here.
In the middle of Manhattan.
Girls love this.
I'm wasted.
You're married?
All right, hold on there. I just had...
Yeah, the whole thing is a mess. The whole
Dr. Drew was laughing.
Well, what's he going to do?
Howard, Sal just told me, his partner told me that when they travel... And there's a lot of thought when you want to be, when you want to be a drunk. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. Right. So he brings a paper bag full of the little bottles, the ones that you can get through, because they're less than 3 ounces.
Miniatures.
And he says, and Sal says the bag just clanks and clanks, but he says it'll be 6 in the morning, and he'll just be pounding them down.
Oh, really?
Because I hate to fly. I'm very scared of flying, and alcohol just makes me feel so much
We saw
better.
evidence of what happens when you get off a plane.
Well, Dr. Drew, you've done him no good.
I'm worried, though.
I'm open to discussion, though. I'm not denying that I'm an alcoholic.
I'll give you something.
You hear that?
What? What do you say?
He said he's an alcoholic.
You're an alcoholic.
I've admitted that several times on here.
And by the way, this business of, if you admit it, that's half the problem.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Right.
You got to do something about it.
Richard, stop drinking for a month.
Oof.
He could get sick.
All right.
He could have withdrawal,
Well, I mean.
Be careful.
Can you do it?
Well, if that's the case, maybe I'll try it a few days at a time or something.
He's not doing it.
A week.
You talk to your doctor maybe before you do it and get, you really be, it's very scary.
It is,
right? Really, it's really could go bad. I mean, make sure you take, your nutrition's first thing to pay attention to, because you can get actually brain damage and nerve damage and stuff.
Well, I mean, honestly,
I think he has brain damage.
I eat super healthy.
I think you have brain damage.
I heard all about it. It was 12 beers or food.
No.
That's once in a while.
Oh my God.
I probably do have brain damage, but
I know you do.
It helps with my prank calls and stuff.
No, it doesn't. Don't even think that. And go see your doctor, Richard, and have you withdraw for a month. See what happens.
I will.
Also, the Dr. Drew podcast is available on iTunes. Robin will be watching both and listening to both. I know that.
I feel like I made some inroads with Robin. No, Robin, are we still
Again,
exactly the same?
I didn't want that perception out there that I hated you, because that's not the truth.
Yeah, Robin is full of love. She really is.
Yeah, I know.
I call her my love bug.
And think how long you guys have been together. She has to have been, right?
She loves me. Right, Robin?
I do.
I'm going to rub it into Drew. She loves me, Drew.
She used to love me too.
Unquestionably.
She said that.
When you lose Robin's love, it's not fun.
It's not at all.
That's right.
You've lost the sunshine.
There's one last call from you from a very famous caller, Debbie the pet lady.
Fantastic. I love
yes,
to talk to Debbie.
Go ahead.
Howard, I want to talk to you in person.
Debbie, this is Dr. Drew. Do you know you frighten me, my dear? Are you okay?
No, I'm not, because your show has been mean to me. I see how you do me. You know,
Drew's show has been mean?
Yeah, can I just say something, please? And I won't yell.
All right.
It needs to come out already. It's not fair what you've done to me. You know, I asked nicely to speak to, like, Gary, and Gary can't even take 5 minutes to answer me, but he answers all your regulars.
This is back to getting the wrong seats in the AGT.
Yeah, this is AGT.
Yeah.
She was complaining. She complains Gary doesn't spend enough time on the show with her. I mean,
how does she know what Gary does with the others?
She has.
Because I see the tweets. I've seen Eric's tweet how he's bragging that Gary got hold of him and is going to help him with something on the air for today. But yeah, when I was writing Gary all 3 days in a row at the beg
Debbie, we're not like Dr. Drew, a help center.
Answer your regulars, but why are you?
I don't answer anybody.
Like shit. You treat me like crap, and you don't want to.
Well, if that's Gary treating you that way, don't blame Howard.
And Gary can't be involved with you.
No, we're treating her fine, Howard.
I know you are.
Night, he wanted to have me locked up and have FBI come to my house and take my kid away, but that's okay.
Her kid?
Who's taking your kid? Oh yeah, she has a kid.
How do you support?
John, the reporter, John.
Debbie, how do you support your child? Debbie?
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you do for a living?
What do you mean?
What do you do for a living?
Nobody works.
I'm on
disability.
From state.
Yeah.
And how old's your child?
My child's older now. He's 16.
16. Is he getting on okay? Is he going to go to college and stuff?
Yeah, he's actually doing very good. He smart. He got good grades.
And Debbie, somebody must have advised you to take medication along the way. How come you don't take medication?
I think she does.
Do you?
I was taking. I stopped.
Oh,
you can tell.
Yeah.
And all that. You have sort of a bipolar disorder. Is that right?
They diagnosed me with schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia.
Or schizoaffective. Schizoaffective disorder.
Wow. You've got everything.
Yeah, and a mood disturbance.
And mood. Yeah. Well, listen, Debbie's a character. But
no, I'm not. I'm not part of the show no more.
Yeah, but Debbie, so maybe it's best you stay away from the show.
Yeah, because, you people won't tell the truth to the world anyway.
I think people love you, Debbie. I think
people love you. No. We love you, but maybe it's best you stay away from the show.
No. Just hear me out one time, all right?
I think I've heard you out 1,000,000 times.
No, you didn't, Howard, because you always hang up on me.
Well, I don't have all day for this.
Yeah, because you don't have the time to listen to the truth.
I don't have the time. You're right. I'm doing a radio show that
Well,
entertains
Debbie, if
people.
you're being mistreated here, stay away.
Right. That's the best answer.
I am.
Okay, so then be done with...
my fucking life to the fucking world, and I'm not supposed to get upset, right? You can trash me out there with a
We like you.
Play nothing else on me than you fuckers, because I will fuck you up. Do
Yes.
Oh.
I understood.
Well, this went well.
Shuli has a thing with her. If you yell back at her, she stops.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Hey, Debbie, you better shut up right now.
Oh.
See?
Wow, it worked.
Calm down.
By the way, Richard's in the corner doing shots. And who can blame him?
It's fun.
Let's join in. All
Why
right.
did you let that, John?
I don't know, Debbie. Please.
We didn't do
stay
anything.
away from the show.
Lieberman?
Oh, John Lieberman, you don't like?
He threatened
Oh, he came to her house, right? He came and
he's done
And embedded.
You know, he's on HLN every night with Jane Velez.
anything aired. You people don't want me on your show anymore. Fine.
No,
I don't want to be on your show anymore either.
That's probably
That's the
best.
deal I wanted to make with you people.
All right.
So leave me alone.
Fair enough.
All right.
All right.
You only cater to your regulars anyway, because that's all you want on your show is your regulars, because that's all you ever
All right.
to your regulars.
Fair enough. Thank you, Debbie.
We agree with you.
3 years. I wasted 3 years on this show, and I want the world to at least to hear what I had to say, because it's not right how you people did me for 3 years.
If she took medication, could she be normal? No.
This schizoaffective is a personality disorder.
I see.
And
But what would the medication do?
Not this business. This
Up and down.
Yeah.
She'd be constant.
She'd be better. She'd be narrower range.
You know, so you
All right.
push me to these fucking states and move.
All right, fair enough. You made a good point, and time to move on. Thank you.
Probably
Bye-bye.
disability a good thing. I don't imagine her in the workplace.
No. Would you
Who's
hire her?
doing more to remove the stigma of mental illness, us or you?
You're doing
We're doing a great job.
You really are.
You know what, Drew? I'm going to leave it up to you.
Thank you.
I feel much better with you dealing with
Thank
this.
you.
All right, Dr. Drew, thank you. Your show, of course, is helping a lot of people.
We try.
Watch Dr.
Not
Drew.
Robin, evidently. But.
Well, some people disagree.
You were trying to help me?
Richard, go out in the hall and talk to Dr. Drew.
Richard,
I wanted to thank you. I mean, thanks for even bringing me up. I appreciate it and caring.
It really worked.
I appreciate
Wow.
it. And I'm reading Steve-O's book right now too, and you really helped him.
Steve-O, we helped.
Yeah.
Steve-O was going to die.
helped. Yeah,
He was gonna
Steve-O's
die.
amazing.
You know who
Yeah.
helped him is Knoxville.
Johnny,
he called. Knoxville called me. We all knew what was going on. I said, Knoxville, you've tied this guy up 1 million times. Tie him up now. Throw him in the trunk. Take him to the hospital. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
And
it's
he's alive.
fascinating, the story about their intervention.
And he was not thinking right for a long time after.
I love that Johnny Knoxville. Just saw him in L.A. Spent 2 nights with him.
Steve-O's a miracle of recovery. Years now.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great guy.
All right, listen, Dr. Drew, we could enter it up all day, but unfortunately all good things must come to an end.
Thank you.
And you're right, Steve-O, big success story, Robin. You have to remember that. Steve-O now.
I think Steve-O is doing incredibly well. And it had, again, my complaints came right at the very beginning and had nothing to do with people's results.
I'm just saying, Steve-O is now stapling his balls completely sober. And
that's right.
And
That's
Robin,
right.
I wish I had consulted with you before we published that book. I really do.
Absolutely.
Stop it.
Well,
Stop
it
it.
happened all here
You
on the
couldn't
air.
apologize at the
No.
time. Remember that? You defended yourself.
I did.
All right, we're going to end this
Yes.
right now. This is the next time you come in, we'll continue.
Thank you.
Dr. Drew, thank
It
you.
will go on and on and on.
Robin, thank you, and we'll be back right after these words.
Mr. Christie.
See, some guys are addicted to dirty magazines and webcams, and I like drinking.
Richard, given everything that was discussed today, did your opinion about yourself change at all? Do you see yourself and your behavior in a different light?
I don't know, man. I just love beer so much. That's as not to make it sound simple, but I love the taste of beer. I love feeling good. I love relaxing, winding down with a nice beer after a run. I just love it. So I don't, if something really crazy happens, then maybe I'll quit. But so far, knock on wood.
What will it
I'm
take?
still able to function.
We have the same doctor. He uses my doctor. So I just told him that I didn't think he was telling my doctor the truth.
I do. I swear. I swear.
Maybe if you went in with him.
I want to.
You want to go in with him and describe exactly what's going on here.
You can go in there with me while I tell him I have 12 beers in a
But
day.
a lot of physicians don't maybe understand alcoholism per se, and I bet you what he'll say to him is, you need to cut down, I want you to be careful, and that may not be possible for you. You either have to stop.
It would be
or
hard,
not.
yeah.
And we heard Howard say take a month off, and that scares me. You could have full-on withdrawal. Boy, she's suppressing a smile.
No, because I recommended my doctor to Richard, so I'd be more than gladly to go there with him.
I think you should. I think Lisa's going with you.
Okay.
Because it scares me when he goes, I'm running so I can drink. And I go, ooh.
Well,
that's that thinking.
I was drinking before I ran. It's just now
it's better now. See, now I'm running so I can keep drinking. And anything to keep drinking. Yeah, right. Sweating it all out. There you go.
No, I realize, and I've told Howard before, I do drink a lot. I'm not going to deny that.
But this is an interesting situation. I mean, it's working for him. He doesn't want to stop. You have to find that motivation to stop, and he's going to have some more serious consequences before he does. What are you going to say, right? I mean, sometimes doctors can have an impact and say, hey, you got to do this. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't think your doctor can do that. I don't think so.
Maybe if she goes and talks to him.
Dr. Drew. Cameras or no? Are you allowed to have cameras in there? Robin won't hear of it.
I don't know.
Dr. Drew, are there levels of alcoholism?
Oh, sure.
That is to say, is Richard more of a binge drinker than anything right now?
He's what you call, he's still controlling it. Even though it's excessive and he's having some consequences, he's still controlling it. It's not out of control yet. And that's when it's difficult to get people to motivate to stop. Because they say, look, I'm still working, I got to control, what do I do?
What will be some of the indicators to look for if we see Richard going over the line?
Just look at the videotape getting off the airplane that tells you everything you need to know.
In my defense, that was 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
So things have progressed since then, so just keep that in mind.
Hey, I'm Mark Maron. I'm sitting back here waiting to go in. I'm here to talk about my book, Attempting Normal. Got the TV show on Friday called Maron, and I've never met Howard Stern. I've never been on his show. I'm nervous a little bit, but I'm watching him on TV, so I think it's gonna be all right. But I have no idea. I'm excited. That's what I meant to say. Excited and full of dread, panic. But just excited. We'll go with just excited.
Now, you do your own podcast, so this is a little bit different for you being on the other side of the microphone.
Well, I'm familiar with it, but I've never been on the other side of Howard's microphone.
Very true.
I mean, this is a guy that I've, listened to and known about for my entire career, and I've never had a lot of friends been on here. Never figured he knew who I was. Still not sure. We'll see. But it's a big day. It's a big day.
Cool. All right, Mark. We'll see you in the studio.
Thanks, man.
Mark Maron is a stand-up comedian. He's having a lot of success right now. For years, he wanted to kill himself because he was jealous of everybody else's success.
Oh, dear.
Let's say hi to Mark. Look at you. There's Mark Maron. Yes. Hey, Mark. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Nice
I
having
wonder
you.
who he was jealous of.
Who were you jealous of that you were you were really annoyed with your career for a while?
Yes,
Because
a
you were-
long time.
You were jealous.
Of course, consumed.
Who were you? But I understand that. You
Yeah.
know, when I see other people doing well, it makes me angry and hurt.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you're not doing well.
Right.
But who was it you were jealous
No,
of?
even when I was doing well, I'm still angry with people who are doing well.
How can you not be?
You're right.
The biggest one, really, for years was Jon Stewart, quite honestly.
Right.
Because,
Really?
well, we had started together, and I kind of knew him. And somewhere in my brain, I thought, if I could just keep my shit together a little bit, there's
Right.
no difference between us. And there was a period in time when I first started out where he was literally on every magazine every week. I would walk
got
down
the best press ever.
And I'd walk down the street, and every newsstand, it was just his face going, "Fuck you, Marin. Who's winning? Who's winning?"
It was all about you and him.
That's it. The whole world.
Now, when you were doing, did you guys come up in stand-up comedy sort of at the same time, you and Jon Stewart?
Yes, we did, and he very early on was, he got TV opportunities, got a lot of opportunities. I ended up hosting Short Attention Span Theater, which is the thing he started on Comedy Central.
Right.
I hosted the last version of that. I killed that show.
Right. Things were not going well.
Yeah.
So wait, because you're kind of a political guy too. You did Air America for a while.
For a couple of years. I was more reactionary. I was political for a little while, but I was generally just pissed off and angry, and I thought bitterness was...
Did you try the Air America experiment because you said, hey, that's a way to be like Jon Stewart? Like, I'll be political kind of guy,
No,
too.
that was because the Air America thing happened because I just moved out to Los Angeles.
Right.
My career it never really took off, and I got this opportunity.
Yeah, because I never really heard of you.
That's not nice.
And no, I'd never heard of you before.
Yeah.
And like Gary King, hey, you should have Mark Maron on there.
Yeah.
Well, who is Mark Maron? And then people started telling me, and you came up with Louis C.K. and all these guys.
Yeah.
And you must have hated Louis too.
Well, me and Louis, that became a problem. We kind of resolved that. We resolved that stuff on my podcast briefly. But with John, it was a bigger problem. And with John, the problem still kind of exists.
You're kidding.
It's weird, man.
Do you ever run into John?
No, but
does he know you're upset with him, even though there's no rational explanation for it?
Yes,
he knows.
I'm not upset with him anymore. He's still kind of, he's a little upset with me.
Did you go around bad mouthing him? Was that the problem?
I used to do it right to him.
Really?
What
would you say to him?
It was ridiculous. like there was a.
You felt you were entitled to his career.
I felt that if I could just be charming and not be such a dick,
right?
That I could, I could be that guy. I used to think if I just committed to a haircut, if I just committed to a hairstyle
and a shave,
and a shave, the guy, he's just got the confidence to never change his haircut, and that was.
You felt you were the same. You know what it is? You probably knew that your anger was getting in the way of your career. Because John's like a nice guy, like he's not a shit,
No,
yeah. And what you're saying is you're a shit,
yeah.
And you're an angry, pissed off guy.
I was. I'm better.
Did you go in therapy to get rid of that?
No, you get old and you get your ass handed to you. I mean, you're going to get humbled,
right?
Yeah. After a certain point, if you're an asshole, eventually you're like, well, this isn't working out,
right?
And you get humbled. Your wife leaves, your career craps out, and then that's it. You're sitting with your own shit.
So what was going on for you? You were going out. For like you auditioned for Saturday Night Live, right?
I did in '95,
and you didn't get it.
No, I didn't get it.
And that's the kind of stuff that was beating you down. You'd start to see the other guys in stand-up comedy who you came up with,
sure,
getting great opportunities,
right from the beginning.
And you said, I'm as funny as they are.
Yeah, and I used to call my manager and go, how'd he fucking get that? The first 20 years of my career were fueled by spite, by me yelling at my manager saying, why is that guy on television?
And then your manager would say, look, what do you want from me? Go out and do something,
he'd
dummy.
Say, I'm not talking to you anymore. Right. But
so you probably hung around with a lot of losers because it made you feel better. guys you wouldn't be jealous of?
I didn't hang around with anybody.
Right. You were that angry.
Well, I was. I hung around with Louis. The guys were always good. Me and Attell and Louis and Jeff Ross. I mean, all these guys were my guys. Sarah.
Right.
We all hung out together. Todd Barry, and I was all part of that scene.
Right.
I was not that angry. I was not that miserable. I was still doing comedy, but in my heart, I couldn't quite reconcile why. And now this stuff is happening. I'm almost 50.
Did you ever think about giving up comedy? Did you ever say, "Hey, that's not for me. It's not working out"?
No, I didn't know what else to do. That happened to me even a few years ago when everything hit the skids, and before I started my show, the podcast,
Your podcast has changed everything.
Yeah.
Your podcast gets what, 700,000 downloads per show?
It gets between 300 and 400,000 per show.
That's amazing.
It's great.
How did people learn of your podcast? I don't understand that universe.
Well, ultimately, what happened, we started it, and then I started talking to comics, and it evolved into this one-on-one interview show, and there were a couple of episodes that became very important and sort of put it on the map. I did one with Robin Williams. I did 2 with Louis, a double episode where we kind of rebuilt our friendship. I did 2 with
When
𝗦𝗫cie.
Louis was on your podcast, you guys were on the outs.
We hadn't talked in a while. There was tension because I'd gotten to the point where I couldn't interact with Louis because I couldn't handle his success.
Yeah, he's on fire.
He's always been kind of on fire. He's a very talented guy.
Right.
And but we've been friends for years.
And so did there come a time where you said to Louis, "Look, Louis, the reason I can't be friends with you is because I'm so jealous of you"?
Yeah.
You did. You confronted him with
I said that.
And what did he say? He probably got uncomfortable because this guy Maron's out of his fucking mind, right?
Well, he said, it upset him, and then it came to a point where, he was having his own problems, and, I was a friend of his, too, but he didn't feel like he could reach out to me, so there was this thing.
So you hadn't spoken in years?
Not much.
And he walked, so when you
I went to his house.
You went to his house
with the microphones. That's a humbling experience.
Did you tell him you were coming, or you just
No, he knew. He wanted. We weren't. We didn't hate each other. We just didn't talk much, and it used to hurt my heart. And then he called me on it in the middle of that show.
Right.
He said, when you couldn't talk to me, I might have needed a friend. You were being a shitty friend. And, I almost got, I got a little choked up, and I let the moment happen. And then since then, we've been in touch. We've been all right.
Did there come a time for a lot of comedians, this real sign of success was if Marc Maron hated you?
I do a lot of apologizing on my show.
Right.
Yes,
you do.
I do.
But that takes a big man to do that.
Well, it took a while.
Yeah.
That's what happened with John, is I called him up. I'm like, hey, I'm the apologize guy.
Right.
So, I call him up, and I'm like, let's do this. I apologize to people. That's my new thing.
Right.
And he's like, well, I don't know if you remember what a dick you were.
Wow.
To me.
What did he remind you of? What had you done?
I was a dick.
How were you a dick?
Well, when we were starting out, I was doing my angry kind of I'm the rebel guy.
Right.
And he was always a great comic.
Right.
I got, he's a talented
terrific.
guy.
Yeah.
And he's a funny guy. But he had just done I think his first big break, he would host MTV Spring Break or something.
That drove you nuts.
Yeah, well, yeah, right away.
Yeah.
So he would.
I love that you're honest about it.
Well, no, he would walk in. There was one moment, where I was on stage at the Boston Comedy Club.
Right.
And John walks in, and I'm on stage. There's probably not a lot of people there. And I said, hey, how's sucking Satan's cock? That kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
And, and he didn't know what the hell to do with that. And
meanwhile, you would have loved that opportunity to suck Satan's cock and go on MTV.
Where is Satan's cock?
Yeah, it took me 40 years. No, Satan, fortunately, never wanted me to suck his dick. I was one of the lucky ones.
Right.
Satan never said, you're ready? And I'm like, no, he never showed up.
And in a way, thank God John was sort of strong inside, because when you get that kind of criticism from your fellow comics, you start to even question yourself.
I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
And I honestly, and then there was another time, he put me on his show too when he had this show on MTV. He would have me on as a comic guest. He was good to me.
Right.
And I was always sort of standoffish with him. It was weird. And then there was a couple of great moments with him and I. Like there was one time, like when I started hosting Short Attention Span Theater, that was 1992, and he had started that show, and I was Captain Rebel, fuck show business. He had me when I started hosting that show. He had me into his office. I don't remember which show he was hosting at the time, one of the Jon Stewart show, and he brought me into his office, and I was like, "So what's up? How's the doing my thing?" And he goes, "Don't you host Short Attention Span Theater?" I go, "Yeah, I do." He goes, "You have no right to talk to me like this anymore."
Right. Yeah. You took a show that I did.
Yeah. You have no. And he put that in my face. And then years later, he was hosting some event I was at, and I came up to him. I started in again. He's like, "I really don't need to take this shit from you. Right. I don't have to talk. I don't have to talk to you at all.
Right.
So this went on for years. But the weird thing was when I called up, like
you were bullying him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And when I called up, like, "Come on, let's do the apology thing," he's like, there's no love here.
Right. Good for him. I mean, good for him in a way.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Why do I need to put myself through it?
It was a great moment for me for him to say that because I needed to hear that.
So is he on? So he's never been on the podcast.
No, he said he would have coffee with me, maybe.
Right.
But no, he's
not going to put it out there up for everyone.
No,
to
he's not a very public guy, and I get that. And look, to be honest with you, because however angry you are,
I can tell it really bothers you because you know what? John's a really nice guy. He really is. I mean, I've met a lot of people. Yeah. And John is sincerely one of the nicest people I've ever met. And I don't know him that well off air. You know, he's done my show many times. But one time I was hanging out at a hotel, Los Angeles, where I'm up, and John was just staying at the same hotel, and we got to talking. And I said, "Gee, what a genuinely nice guy! Like there was no hidden agenda, Yeah. So like it's got to drive you crazy now that you're enlightened somewhat.
It does. It does. But I tell you honestly, Howard, there's when he said. I was on the phone.
Poor you.
I was in Portland, Oregon. And Gallagher had just been in my hotel room and stormed out in the middle of a podcast. I interviewed that nut, and and here I am, right? And he had just said, "I'm not doing this," and he stormed out of the fucking room.
Right.
And that happened. And then I'm on the phone I'm in Portland, Oregon. Gallagher just walked out of my show, and then I'm on the phone. John calls me back, and I'm like, "Hey, man, I want to do this show." And when he said that to me. He said, I don't have to do that. I don't want to do that. Why would I do that? And I'm like, all right, he's right. Who the hell do I think I am?
Right.
And he says, maybe we'll have coffee. I hung up the phone. I'm like, all right, that was a genuine thing there. But there's part of me that's like, no, I'm not going to have coffee. There's still, I got to fight.
Still angry.
There is that guy still there.
It's still there.
Yeah. Well, it never leaves.
It doesn't?
No.
Maybe it gets a little quieter.
Yeah, it definitely gets quieter.
I relate to what you're saying. I have picked up the phone and called people that I have because of my anger. Yeah. And I have tremendous anger, too.
Do you know where it comes from?
I believe I do.
Where?
Well, I know where your anger comes from because I've read something about your history.
Yeah.
I mean, it all goes back to parenting and all that. Your father was a doctor.
Yeah.
Cold and aloof.
Yeah, gone. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, and a narcissist, your dad, because he would steal moments from you.
Always did yesterday.
He did, because I was reading that, even at your high school graduation, your father turns to you at your graduation.
My college graduation.
It was your college graduation. Yeah, and your father turns to you and he goes, I don't feel good. I'm going to go kill myself.
Yeah, I don't want to live anymore.
I don't want to live anymore.
Yeah.
Now, when your dad does that, he sucks your moment. It's your college graduation.
He does, yeah.
Why did he choose that moment to tell you he was going to kill himself?
No, it happened throughout my life. I mean, this is something that happened throughout my life, and
a successful guy, doctor, and
I don't know what the hell his problem was. I try to figure out, even in the book. I'm like, I don't know what happened to that guy. I don't know what causes that. But you're right about that's a very good way to look at it. I never really thought about it like that. That he erases yourself. He erases your sense of self. All about him.
So if you've gone through your life feeling like you can't get inside, you're an outsider, you can't get your parents' attention.
Yeah.
Sounds like your mother was very self-absorbed too.
Yeah, she's gotten better.
An anorexic.
A little bit.
You once went on the air and said my mother weighs 119 pounds, and she called you up to correct you and say, no, I weigh 116 pounds.
Yeah, she was upset about that.
Yeah. So
in the book, I talk about her getting new boobs.
Right.
But and she don't care about that.
Right.
But as long as I get the weight right, we're going to be okay.
Is she better with her weight now?
She doesn't look at it as a problem. It's just her job.
Right.
Is maintaining the weight.
Skinny.
Yeah, that's her job. She once said to me, 5 years, within the last 4 years, she pulled me aside and said, you know, Mark, if you were fat, I don't think I could love you.
Isn't that something?
This was a couple of years ago.
If your mother says to you, if you were fat, I don't think I could love you.
Right.
And your father steals all your moments from you.
It's amazing I got a sense
How
of
can
self.
you not be angry about, you're probably still a little kid inside trying to get some attention, get someone to look at you. And then when the world isn't looking at you and is looking at Jon Stewart and looking at Louis C.K., you go berserk and you lash out. And it makes perfect sense. And my own anger, I would do the same thing. I would go into a new radio market and scream about guys I didn't even fucking know.
Yeah. Where's yours come from?
Well, look, without going into my story, I think that I have a lot of issues in terms of wanting attention.
Yeah.
And not growing up in a certain way. And, I mean, you can go into a whole psychological profile.
Sure.
My father raped me repeatedly, anally. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I was like, this is the best interview ever.
Yeah, right. No, but like you say, your dad would do weird things too. Like you were at your grandfather's funeral.
Yeah, that was
and your dad started to put his fingers in your grandpa's mouth.
Well, he was a doctor, so you never know. It's an interesting thing with doctors. There's always a clinical element.
Right.
Yeah, there's a
the emotions out the window.
Right. Like even in the book I talk about the time where he brought another guy in to give me a proctological exam at the house.
Yeah, now I read that. You see, now I know where your anger comes from.
Yeah.
You're a kid.
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened?
I was probably 7 or 8. We just moved to a new town.
And you felt you had
I had a pain in my stomach, right? So my father, who's an orthopedic, not an internist, he's an orthopedic,
not a proctologist,
right? No, and he's going to examine me. He's my dad. He's a doctor. So he gives me that examination. He sticks his finger in my ass.
Where did this occur? In your bedroom?
No, I don't know. I can't remember where that one where the first when the initial examination. I don't know where it occurred, but there's a moment there where you're like, he's a doctor. This is something that happens. But in retrospect, I don't know how you process that as a kid, right? So in my memory, he doesn't know what the hell is wrong with me, really, because it's not his line. He's a bone guy,
right?
So he finger bangs me.
Well, so he brought you somewhere in a room,
and
bends you over,
and he gives me that,
and sticks his finger all the way up your ass,
right, to see if I have appendicitis. He thinks I have appendicitis.
Is that the proper way to even diagnoose appendicitis?
I have no idea. All I know is he brought another guy over.
Stop!
No, he did. This is the thing.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, here's what happened. So
no wonder you were angry.
Yeah. So he realizes that he can't diagnose it. So we'd been in town, maybe in my memory, a matter of weeks. We moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico from Alaska. So he does that. He says, I don't know. So he knows one doctor that he met in Albuquerque, right? One guy who does this. So he comes over to the house. So now we're in the bathroom, and now doctor's giving me the examination.
Finger up the ass, too.
And my father's sitting there watching, and I'm like,
oh my God, it's humiliating.
Right. So I'm thinking, like, God, if a cop or if anyone walked in on that, what would they say? It's okay, we're doctors. We're doctors. This is my son. So,
well, that's got to damage you. I mean, you're joking about it here, but it is. In other words, it's so,
still on his mind.
It's so invasive. It's like, look what you write about. Your dad put his fingers in your grandpa's mouth.
To look at his teeth. That was the weirdest thing, dude.
Maybe he was checking for gold fillings.
I know. He said he didn't recognize him.
Right.
And, I guess that, people in grief or people in that moment, but you're Jewish, I'm a Jew, so it was a very odd situation that, we're at the funeral, and he's a little, he's working the room, he's a little perkier than he should be. And, there's a funeral director there. The Jews don't open the casket, right? So there's a funeral director standing by. I see my father talking to her, and I'm like, oh, what is this about? What's he doing? And it's a woman, which is, this young woman is a funeral director. And I see him talking to her, and I walk up and go, what's going on? And my father goes, I want to see the body.
Right.
I'm like, okay. I mean, that's all right. It's reasonable. You can do that. So she walks us in there, and there's a casket, the pine box. The woman opens up the top of the pine box and pulls the tallis away from my grandfather's little dead head.
Yeah.
And there's his face.
Right.
And I'm standing there next to my father, and then he just reaches down and he pulls his mouth open with his finger. And the woman was beautiful. This woman, she goes, is there a problem with the mouth? And my old man just says, I just want to see his teeth. It's him. It's like if there was a question, it's him.
Maybe it was his way of dominating his dad in some weird way.
That's what it was definitely a boundaryless situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but
did it remind you of getting a finger stuck in your ass? Seriously, it's like the fingers are going everywhere in inappropriate places.
No, I kind of put this stuff in my mind in a certain way because you grow up with somebody who's like that, who's a doctor. You don't always think in that way.
Yeah, I guess, but it just seems. Are they happy for you now, or were they also very negative about you going into comedy? Were they not that supportive?
I think my father, because he battled a bit with depression, and it was always sort of that was my way of I think that the only way that I managed to get any sense of self was fighting them or making them laugh. Like I could always make my dad laugh. I could talk to him about. I could put his.
Sad you had to work so hard to get your dad to pay attention to you.
Yeah, it is.
Right. So there's your anger.
What's
the fucking mystery? Well, we didn't fix it.
But your dad made you funny. Now we got to look at the other side.
No, he didn't.
Too.
That's bullshit.
Come on.
He made himself funny. It was the hard
work of making his dad laugh, crafting those jokes for his dad. That was the beginning.
I think I was protecting myself, and I think you're right to a certain degree. And I get along with them all right. We'll see what happens with the book. He is upset. There is some moments. But
his dad's master plan in life wasn't to make him funny.
No, his dad obviously had problems and wasn't thinking about his life at all.
His dad didn't make him funny. He was funny, and that was what he used to get his dad's attention. But you know what?
You need to have practice, Howard. You need to have a rough audience, and that's what his dad was.
The thing that makes Mark angry is giving away his talent to his father, too. Let him have something of his own. His father didn't have jack shit to do with him being funny.
And I have to tell you,
what the fuck is funny about this?
It's very funny that's where most comedians get it from. They're trying to protect themselves and make somebody who's dangerous laugh.
You getting laid at all? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I got to.
How many times you been married?
Twice.
Jesus.
Twice, no kids.
You get married again?
I think so. Wouldn't you? I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Keep doing it until you get it right.
You got a nice woman now. So,
I do. She's adorable, and she's
how old?
She's 29.
How old are you?
I'm 49.
Okay, that's the right age.
That's right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to do a little over half, right?
That's right. That works. Where'd you meet her, in a comedy club?
No, she emailed me, and she was
she admires you.
Yeah, she was she listened to my show, and I met her, and it was touch and go at the beginning, but it's sort of leveled off. She's at the hotel right now,
waiting,
sleeping.
For you. Right.
But it's
what
great.
What was touch and go at the beginning?
Well, when you meet somebody that way, you as a comic, you don't really date much. You get off stage and you're sort of like, what? Really? Okay, that sounds good.
Is that how it works? Is like a rock star when you get off stage, if there are girls sort of hanging around?
Lined up. No.
And so you take them back to the hotel and you bang them, right?
That happens.
Yeah, it's not a lot of dating. It's not a lot of romance.
No, I don't know how to do that. There was a period after the second wife left where, there was I was kind of trying to fuck her out of my heart. That's not really dating.
What went wrong with the second wife? Was she young too?
She was 13 years younger. I think she just had enough of me because
it's hard to be married to a comic.
Well, like with the anger stuff, now that I've gotten beaten down and that I'm more prone to crying than yelling.
What a nightmare.
Well, I'm difficult, but it's gotten a lot better. I really think that when the second one left, which I didn't see coming, and she was something else.
Was she cheating on you?
I don't. It's unclear.
Right.
I mean, she did end up with a guy that she had met. She was definitely emotionally cheating. I didn't have any. I didn't really pursue it.
Isn't that the worst? Because then when you go off on the road and you're doing your thing and you're thinking, gee, back home, who knows if my wife's with me, if she's not? I mean, it's
well, yeah, and when you're insecure, that happens anyways. That'll ruin a relationship.
Right.
She was very pretty, and after a while, you can't afford the energy of the jealousy. But I don't know really. I haven't really investigated when it started. But she left, and a lot of it was because of the anger. People who live with angry people, they eventually just fill up with it and they get drained.
Were
and they
you
leave.
insanely jealous? Like, was your jealousy off the charts with her because she was so beautiful?
No, I gave up on it because
you said I can't even deal with it.
Yeah, what do you? Because you're just going to keep making up shit. Like I remember one time I asked her, I said, do other guys hit on you? She's like, look at me, and I'm like, all right,
every minute.
yeah. That's comforting. I guess I'm gonna have to let that go.
Do you know who she's with now?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How'd you find out?
You just Google it.
You Googled her.
It's like Googling cancer.
So are you obsessed with her?
No.
Is she dating Jon Stewart, in fact?
I don't know. Someone ought to tell his wife. But no, she just had a baby, and I think she's having another one. I don't keep in touch with her.
You just keep Googling her.
No, I don't Google her. I did it once. I'm pretty over it. I've resolved a lot of that stuff. I did a lot of comedy on it. I've talked about it a bit. I'm over that. And, I'm just trying to be the right guy with this one.
Is the new one very beautiful as well?
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah, so there you go. You're going to have the same issues.
I'm okay. This one's different. She doesn't take any shit. She works, she works with autistic kids and severely emotionally abused children. So she's perfect for me.
Right.
I mean, she
knows how to handle you.
She does. I mean, she has actually looked me in the eye and honestly said, use your words.
Right.
Now, use your words.
Well, thank God you got a show now. No wonder you're feeling better about yourself.
Yeah.
You're on IFC, and the show...
It did help. The podcast, and it helped.
Success helps. The podcast became popular, and you created a TV show off the podcast?
Right. So basically my life now, as a comic, you go in every few years, and hopefully your life has changed enough for someone to be interested to make a show. So, yeah, it's based on...
Is it a sitcom?
Yeah, it's a half-hour scripted comedy.
Thank God you got this, because when you start seeing young comer-uppers like Amy Schumer and Whitney Cummings getting jobs and getting TV shows you probably were going psychotic.
No, nothing but hope for the best for those people.
No, you don't. Because didn't you even say age-wise, I still need my break. You can't give it to these kids.
I try not to get jealous of women.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fortunately, I don't think that's a job I could have had.
Right, a different category.
Whitney. Yeah.
You don't think you could have been Whitney?
No, I don't think so.
What about those roasts? Do you ever do those? Because
I did the Chevy Chase roast, and it was one of the worst nights of my life.
Why?
Because when you're an angry guy, generally when you're
Chevy's angry too.
Yeah, but he didn't want to be there.
Right.
I mean, it was and I liked that guy when I was a kid.
Sure.
But I'm not great with roasting, or I didn't used to be, because when you're angry, if you're insulting somebody, it's to hurt them.
Right.
So my tone isn't quite right, but I'd written jokes, and I'd never done a roast before. But I remember I got up there, and that place the dais was big.
Right.
It was huge. It was not, I'd never done it before.
Right.
And, thank God they sweetened that thing, because literally I got up on stage. It must have been 2,000 people in that. It was right over here at the Hilton. It was, and I was just bombing. And Chevy's sitting right there. He doesn't give a fuck. Right. Everybody I know in comedy, and I'm bombing. And at some point, I'm like, oh my God, this is going horribly.
Right.
And then I got to laugh, and it kind of broke. The jokes were good, but I literally, I could feel my personality disintegrating, and I was starting to sweat. And after that night, I went up into my hotel room. I was with my buddy Sam.